purple mint. You guys probably don't remember that. They would run on a drum, and it was all chemicals. And so they would pass them out, and they'd all be fresh, and everybody in the classroom would go,
"Oh
and
no!"
Hilarious. Oh yeah, I'm sure people have.
Charlie does that to us.
5 seconds.
Every single
my
time.
gosh! No.
Now we hear you.
We're having all the
What does the
technical
stream-
issues
There
tonight.
we go. Hello.
kids.
Now people can hear me. And I didn't even update OBS this time. Why? I don't know.
I never
Just
do.
why. Welcome back to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. Few announcements before we get started with what's probably going to be a very chaotic and not at all scary one shot because we're a bunch of yahoos. If you're
We're gonna
I
start
have
a
never
cult.
promised that the game was scary. Yeah, never.
okay.
We're just ridiculous.
If you're enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page, so you can use our affiliate links to buy some stuff or hop on Redbubble for our merch. We have a coffee page for direct donations. You can also find all of our social media links to keep up with updates about the show or jump into the Discord where the chaos never stops. Because some of us never sleep. Cough, Jenna, Maria, cough. If you're watching,
You're not wrong, but
you're
we
watching-
like to pregame bedtime, which messes up actual bedtime.
I only had a short nap today.
I caught that, and that's what I did earlier this afternoon. So I was able to pregame some bedtime to have energy for you guys. Thank you for that.
This is a new term that me and my best friend have come up with. We're just
I
pregaming
spotted that,
bedtime. Yeah.
it's
very
the new thing.
Wisconsin.
It's how you
Wisconsin
keep
thing.
young and hip with the kids.
How somehow am I from the state that has the reputation for being weird?
Oh, we're drunk a lot in Wisconsin. That's and we have a lot of serial killers.
As
but
if we're not.
that's beyond.
We do.
That's besides the point.
And that's why we're here to play this game.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, we should make a micro RPG that's 6 secret serial killers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Write that down, write that down.
Yeah.
Bust out the post-its.
If you're watching the video on YouTube, though, make sure to like and subscribe and join us live weekly. We have lots of things going on all the time. I can't keep track of them anymore. It's fine. I'm not going crazy.
Are
You
not going to have Saturday and Sunday this week, just so because Charlie doesn't really know what's going on.
This is true.
Charlie's got adult, whatever. Life is busy.
I have to bury myself in bubble wrap.
That's valid, right? Like that's totally what adults do. Anyways,
Just don't stay in there too long, otherwise you're gonna come out as a butterfly.
also don't put your face in there,
Hmm.
Anyways, yeah, so we don't have Jukebox Justice on Sunday, and nor will we have Whispers in the Mist on Saturday. Sorry to just jump in on your.
That's fine. One of us has to keep up with the schedule. Whispers, we can't say Whispers will be back around May 4th. There's some weird stuff going on with that right now. But that's all I have to say for now. So I'm going to turn it over to James, who is kind enough to bring his game for us to play. So James, if you want to tell us about Tales from the Terror Tomb and everything you're doing, we can get started.
Wow, that's pretty wide open. Well, thanks for having me, first of all, gang. I appreciate it, and it was great to meet all you guys at Gary Con, and thanks again for having me back to put you through the torture chambers again. Thanks, appreciate it. So yeah, gratuitous plug. The game is Tales from the Terror Tomb, talesfromtheterrortomb.com. It is fully funded and then some, yay! And it is a role-playing game. Thank you very much. By the way, it goes till Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, and then we're done. So there's still some limited edition hardcovers and other things there. But the game is basically a tabletop, a truly terrible tabletop role RPG for particularly putrid people that we're going to play here on the Tales from the Terror Troop. That is the longest alliteration I think I've.
There's so many T's.
Combo.
Yeah. So, yeah, the game is based on old 50s, 60s, 70s terror comics, anthology comics. The most famous, of course, Tales from the Crypt, EC comics that actually came out in the 50s. And there were a lot of horror comics by all kinds of companies in the 50s. And then that carried on until the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And then we saw a couple of movies. We had Creep Show, and we had Tales from the Crypt with the Crypt Keeper, which became an HBO special. Other similar ones, even Alfred Hitchcock Presents, any kind of anthology type story that you're familiar with, anthology horror. So growing up, I did not read comic books with people in tights and capes. I sat in the basement with horror comic books, which explains a whole lot about my life. So these were the influence, and I a few years ago I had the pleasure at GaryCon to meet one of my idols, game designer Lester Smith, and we became friends and have kind of kept in touch. And so it's his rules that I've licensed for the game. D6 by D6 is the game, and actually we are releasing. He's releasing the second edition. Along with this Kickstarter. So
Nice.
Even as an add-on. So if you want to play this system with any setting, it's extremely flexible, very simple, rules light, and a lot of fun. Really pushes the role-playing. So yeah, that's kind of the basics. I can elaborate on all of that all night long if you would like, but that's up to you guys. Do you have any specific questions, or does anybody watching have specific questions? I'm not seeing your stream chat, but I'd be glad to answer them. Otherwise, I'd be glad to run a game for you too.
Double check. Doesn't look like we have any questions from chat yet, but
Well, I got to admit that anybody that's home on a Friday night at about this time, hanging out doing this, I mean.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
This is what we do every Friday night.
It's really, really cool. Probably the coolest people here.
I'm so cool.
Listen,
We're
straight
nerds,
up,
it's fine.
when I was game hunting a while back, everyone wanted to do Friday nights. So I know that the RPG players are playing RPGs right now.
Because a lot of them are adults now who work 9 to 5s and can play it Friday nights.
It's true.
And can play late because they don't work on Saturdays.
Yeah, we're gonna play late tonight too. I mean, I might be able to pull off like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and I mean, this is pretty good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Snugly under the covers by 10. Let's go.
Yeah.
Why are you guys not already under the covers?
Maria's already got it going.
2 blankets.
I already got my blankies with me.
I have a
too.
cat back there in the
I'm
Florida.
you in basements. It's
it's true.
I'm on my comfy couch. I could take a nap any moment.
All right.
I
Well, I
think I
hope
can
not to
nap in
bore
my
us that much. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Maria likes to keep things really chaotic, so I have to keep up with her because, you never know when she's going to start another cult.
It was only like
the cult of the tomb. I'm all for it. We have t-shirts now. Look at this. I mean, hey, it's all good. So, we're happy there. Isn't that what every cult needs? Is stickers and t-shirts?
We are not a cult at Tales from the Forgotten Troop. We
It
are
says so right on the buttons.
Pyramid,
We're a multi-level
triangle-shaped
not scheme group. It sounds fishy when you say scheme.
Right, sorry.
Opportunity.
Okay,
Yeah, for legal purposes, we do not say scheme.
Yeah, opportunity.
Yeah, the legal department needs to keep me, the CEO, in check.
Yeah.
We're my
I'm
top
the
legal
legal
That was for a
department.
lot of
No one
companies,
listens to me.
actually.
No, I was a legal studies minor. I'm the legal department.
Wait, seriously?
Maria is the legal department, and she may
That's
or may
why
not have been the one that started the cult. We're
Yeah,
not
that's
sure.
why I drafted contracts.
It was
All right,
it was
then.
me or Maria that started the cult. We're not sure. I mean, not a cult.
It's
We have
not
The
merch
called.
that
not
says it.
cult.
Not called.
The not cult.
Some nice alliteration, at least.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Right.
I was like, I don't know what these people are doing. Who are they?
Well, terror tombs all have a structure, and you guys may not have noticed that earlier on, but the game talks about the structure of the tales, and we'll start with the monologue in a second here. But real generally, what makes Tales from the Terror Tomb different from even, there's a Tales from the Crypt game, actually, back in the 90s, a licensed Tales from the Crypt game. There have been a couple other games similar. One thing about Tales from the Terror Tomb is that it's really meant to be a one-off. Nobody lives, as you can all attest to. It's a stab your neighbor in the back. Let's have a good time doing it, and great for cons or just one-offs. Some of those other games, made an attempt to say, well, you can have a campaign, but you're doing like a quantum leap kind of thing, or your actors. Yeah, no, not here. So
we all die. It's fine.
We all die, and it's a fabulous thing. If at the end
funny.
you think we have all maimed, backstabbed, killed, or worse each other, then we've had a great time. That's the other tagline. So, So Tales from the Terror Tomb. What do you think? We ready? Are we ready to be horrible people?
Always.
I'm already a horrible person. Let's go.
We're already halfway there.
Yeah, it's great. All right. Well, I have all your contracts signing over your souls, so we should be good. So
perfect. Look.
All right. Well,
Maria, what's the count on the number of cults that we've joined and or started?
Yeah. Spread yourself thin.
A few.
So. All right. But we'll get into Grandpa Gould character ever so briefly. I'm not doing.
Oh, I love it! I love it.
All right. Well, let's talk about tonight's tale. Well, join a band of archaeologists who find a wealth of treasure that was better left buried. I see that a dust storm is brewing in the distance, so be careful when you open up that sarcophagus. And it might be best if you leave the ancient scarabus just where you found them. Of course, nobody ever listens to old Gramp. That's why we call this tale the Dig of Dune. Good evening, my dear gangorous gamers. For tonight's delectable dish, we have a tale in the desert where everyone gets their just desserts. Conjure up your best black and white stereotypical mummy movie, and you've got a pretty good idea of what's in store for you for tonight's terror tale. The year is 1902, and your protagonists are an archaeological team that is about to uncover the hidden tomb of the pharaoh Ra in this tale we call the Dig of Doom. And that's it. That's the opening of the game. Of course, every game, every comic had that opening panel with the horror host giving the monologue. So let's go ahead and make some characters with nothing else except that. We know that we're archaeologists. We're in Egypt. It's 1902, and you have just uncovered probably the greatest find of the decade, of the century even. So we are going to go ahead and make some characters, and we'll walk everybody through that so we can see if we're going to lose the hat. But
just doing the mummy. Can I be Oded fair?
Please. Then I'm gonna flirt with you all game though.
When don't you?
That's
wrong
true.
Mummy. Wrong mummy.
What if we make it scary and sexy?
Mummy issues.
Why can't we be scare roused all the time, Pro?
You watch. When we play Monster Hearts, I am gonna throw all of this back at y'all.
Please.
We've been waiting.
We've been waiting for this moment, Crow. He doesn't have to be with us. It's fine.
You
can you tell I'm the straight man of the group, literally.
Hey, you can leave anytime.
No.
Me?
No, Crow.
Oh, okay. It's all good. So let's make some protagonists, shall we?
Yes.
There are 9 simple steps in making a protagonist. A name. It's a good one to start. A gender, pronoun, however you want to do it. An age. And then in the D6 by D6 game system, there are only 4 attributes. Brawn, which is your physical strength, stamina. Your grace, which is your dexterity, agility, things like that. And then 2 mental abilities, will, self-control, strength of personality, willpower, and wits. And the first thing that you're going to do after you've got your name and your gender and your age is you're going to flesh out your character's physical and mental attributes. One of those you're going to choose to be the best, and you're going to underline or circle that. Okay. That is going to be your strongest. And one of them is your worst attribute, and you're just going to cross that out. Mm-hmm.
I love this for us.
I'm so excited. I have my concept. I hope I don't disappoint. It's going to be great.
All right.
I do too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's
I feel
got
like I was the
something
best
so far?
person.
I think I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next part, D6 by D6, uses a vocation. So everybody's going to choose a vocation. Now, in this game, it might be something like archaeologist or interpreter or financier or, it could be just about anything in this particular setting, right? And your vocation is kind of a super skill. So, for example, if I said I was a soldier, then you might expect that I had some knowledge about weapons, right? I probably can fire weapons. I have some knowledge about maybe bureaucracy, the kinds of things that a soldier might know. Okay, so your vocation is your super skill, and just kind of think about the things that might be expected that you would know in that vocation. Don't have to define it, just or don't have to, put all of that down, but just a 1 or 2 word vocation.
Okay.
All right. How we doing, everybody?
I think I got it.
Good.
Okay. All right. So next up, we have 2 types of skills with the system. We have our focused skills. These are the things that we're good at. And you can have up to 9 of them. Without going too much into the weeds about the game mechanics, I will tell you that the more focused skills you have, the more of a jack of all trades you are, right? And the more skills you know, the better chance. And the more of them you have, just dice mechanically, it will become easier and easier to do those things, and easier to do things that you are less focused on. So you have focused skills, and you can create up to 9. Now, in the game, we have generic skills like, martial arts, driving. You guys are experienced gamers. Even my non-experienced gamers that sit down at the table can pretty much figure out a 1-word skill to fill in the blanks. So you can have up to 9 of these, okay? A good amount is between 4 and 6 for a protagonist, okay? Now, because your vocation is such a super skill, back to the soldier example, I probably don't have to put down rifle or shooting, right? We can use my vocation for that. However, I might want to put down something specific to say I'm really specialized in this, okay? And that's okay too. Again, as long as you can describe it story-wise. And then you have 3 unfocused skills. Now, these could be hobbies. They could be skills that are rusty. They could be old skills, right? So maybe our soldier's been sitting behind a desk for a while, so maybe his marksmanship is actually pretty rusty, and that's an unfocused skill for him now, right? Unfocused skills, you can only have 3, and I will tell you right now that you do not have to define them right this second, okay? You can define them on the fly during the game if you like, and they once they're defined, however, then you're stuck with it. So, but you can have up to 3 of those. Anything else is an unknown skill, and you can still try those things. So if you're the big clumsy boxer with the thick fingers, you could still try lock picking, something you've never tried before, and you could succeed at it. There is a possibility. All right. And everybody's ready. Just give me I don't know, we'll have to come up with a Terror Tomb chant. Death. It's got to have alliterations in it.
Mm-hmm.
Body's been
absolutely.
buried.
There you go. Body's been buried.
Destruction, desire. Oh my.
Dive.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Charlie's up for making another "I'm Too Sexy" video with Grandpa Ghoul.
I know, right? You're gonna have to let us know about your next Kickstarter.
That's right. Yeah.
Good at making up cheesy videos. So.
Yeah.
Also, Charlie has a knack for it. So.
Yeah. Come on up. The garage has been turned into a weird looking production
studio.
So. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right.
All right. So we have name, gender, age, vocation, focused skills up to 9. And if you want to define your unfocused skill, you can define up to 3 of them now. Otherwise, they can be defined during the game, and I'm okay with that. Oh, by the way, I've been reading up on whatever. I just happen to know how to pick locks today.
Nice.
Perfect.
Have one of those like skill a day calendars where it's like, today I'm studying lockpicking.
Right. Tomorrow we're gonna step 1 of Grand Theft Auto. How to hotwire your car.
Yes.
It's getting harder to hotwire these days with those electrical cars.
Love it. Let's see.
Good.
Yep. Body's been buried.
So, the one thing about Tales from the Terror Tomb, you know, and some of the inspiration, you know, apart from these stories and the stories in Tales from the Terror Tomb, unlike a lot of the comics, especially in the when I was growing up, actually, and we were all affected by this, but there was a comic books code authority. And so in the 50s, because of these horrible comics, such as those published by Warrant Publications, such as Tales from the Crypt, they had very graphic covers at the time, you know, people killing each other. I have one where a guy's slitting somebody's throat. And so there was a book written, Something of the Innocents. Oh man, escapes me. Anyhow, so a guy wrote a book saying how all these comics were horrible for our kids. They were leading to delinquency and kind of things like that. So the Comic Book Code Authority was created, and it kind of steered comics to have morals and, you know, the covers. That's what we see, a lot of skeletons on the covers after that, because they could get away with skeletons, but they couldn't get away with things like werewolves.
Ooh.
Figures were too scary. So, you know, we saw that during the 70s and 80s. And then by the 90s, nobody gave a crap anymore, and it just kind of died. but so anyhow, so a lot of the stuff that was originally published in Tales from the Crypt, for example, is very, you know, benign. You know, the innocent couple, you know, in the stormy night, you know, finds the light on in the castle, and they just happen upon, you know, the mad scientist. No, in Tales from the Terror Tomb, you're all particularly putrid players. You're horrible people, just truly horrible. And this is candidly the mechanics that we're going to talk about next are the things that I had to figure out. How do I get everybody at a game table that's used to cooperating? And I don't know if you guys were in, there was one table where the guy just wanted to help everybody. I mean, he was just, well, can I help them? They're going to fall. Right? You know what I mean? So I had to come up with some mechanics to help us with that. So the mechanics are this, and this is the next part of your character creation. The first thing you need to come up with is a shadow of the past. This is the horrible, horrible thing, the dastardly deed that you did back in the day that makes your character, your protagonist, really putrid, okay? Don't hold back here. And I have examples in the books, and I think when you guys were there, I was playing with my, I had the cards as examples. But, you know, you might think of a murder or a robbery gone badly, or, you know, you maimed somebody, you stole their job, you took credit for their work. You know, what is just that really terrible thing you did, you know? How did you cut out the competition? How did you cut a corner that led to somebody's injury or demise? But it's the thing that makes your character awful. Okay, and we just need a few notes there. And it's also something we're not going to share at this point. Charlie's got this evil grin. Watch out, Charlie.
Yeah, honestly, that's just kind of Charlie's natural grin.
That's Charlie's natural state. See, you had the mask on when we played that. I missed all of that.
Yeah.
So at the con, you had mask on. So, yeah, this is much better. All right. So your horrible thing. Now, as you think about that horrible thing, you're going to relate that story to us in an interesting way throughout the game. You're going to imagine that shadow of the past, that event, as a single page or maybe a spread in a comic book. And that spread telling you that story, is made up of maybe 6, 8, 9 panels. So throughout the game, you're going to reveal this terrible thing that your character did to us, one panel at a time. So just kind of be thinking about how you could give us just a little clue, start with the argument at the top of the stairs, before we get to the body at the bottom, right? That's the last panel. So think about that. And again, we're not going to share this with anybody. When you're ready, just give me what was it? Dead bodies. What was the crow?
Body's been buried.
Body's been buried. All right. Body's been buried.
Love it.
All right. Nice.
And body has indeed been buried.
All right.
I went ultra dark with this, so
it's okay. We will play PG-13 plus. So I talk about some different ways to do this. I gear the game. I say it's an adult's game because we're doing terrible things to people. In the comics, that all happened off screen, right? Especially from like 54 to the 80s when the comic code was in place. Before that, you saw blood and horrible things. We can be with or without the comic book code. Okay, I'm okay playing without the comic code authority. We replace that with the creepy code authority that says we can do whatever the heck we want. So, I still also, just so we're on that same topic, because the game can happen in any time period, anywhere in the world. Just because our protagonists are terrible people, we are not. So therefore, we will continue to respect, no sexism, no sexist talks, no racist talk, things like that, regardless of what was happening in that point in history. So, All right, the last part of this, and then we'll kind of wrap things up and dive in. The last part of this is your protagonist's dark desire. So you have this shadow of the past, this thing that made you a terrible person and got you here. Now you need a dark desire. This is the thing you want to accomplish, preferably during the course of the game this evening, okay? And a typical game will run anywhere between 2 and 3 hours, just depends on, if we do character creation at the table. Obviously, it's not hard, and once you do this once, it's 10 minutes. You can typically get through a couple of stories in like a 4-hour setting sometimes. So, yeah. But dark desire, that horrible thing. So, for example, I'll give you a couple out of the book. Cutting out the competition. It was all about greed. There was, that's a shadow of the past. Good shadow of the past. Driven to succeed is a dark desire. You won't be ridiculed as a failure any longer. You'll do anything to prove to the world that you are the one that deserves to come out on top, for example. So I always give an example. World domination, not a great Tales from the Terror Tomb dark desire, because I probably can't pull that off in a single campaign, right? A single sitting. However, I could argue that a more narrow focus of that might be that come out on top, right? I'm going to step over everybody, and that's my attitude. Therefore, all of you guys don't matter, no matter what the situation, because ultimately, I'm going to rule this place, right? So you can still adapt some of those bigger goals into what I want to get accomplished this evening, and what am I willing to do that? Hopefully, horrible, horrible things.
Yes.
All right. How are we? Are we good?
Yeah.
Everybody got their thing? Okay.
Yep.
So the last thing, is that we need to calculate the one and only stat that we use in the D6 by D6 RPG system, and that is your focus number. And you do that by totaling up the number of focused skills you have. Remember, you can have up to 9. So count those up and add 1 for your vocation. So for example, if you had 4 focused skills, you would add 1 to that for your vocation, and you would have a focus number of 5, which is the only number that counts in this game. That and the body toll.
6. I'm gonna add a kill count section.
Yes. You certainly can.
Okay.
Whip up a quick kill counter and put it on screen.
There you go. One last thing too, just so you know, I had to come up with those mechanics to you know, kind of say, you know, your characters are bad people, right? This is horrible, and get us in the mood of playing bad characters and people. The other thing that we're going to use for that is terror tokens, which you guys know about, and we'll talk about that. Oh, and then the last thing, the kill counter. The last thing is this game is a lethal game. However, the dead can still play. So if you die, you're not out of the game. Another mechanic that I thought was kind of interesting important to keep around, because you know, you don't want somebody walking away from the table with 2 hours left to go. So if you die, don't worry, you're still in the game. Okay, so no holds barred, kids.
All right.
All right. Body's been buried.
Body's been buried.
Mm-hmm.
Maria,
They do be buried.
they do be buried.
They
Charlie's
buried.
just like, I've been waiting to kill you all night. Let's get going.
Look, Charlie tries to kill us every
for a
single
while.
week, okay? And
He's
then
what?
emotionally tortures us.
Yeah,
Charlie emotionally tortures you.
They've been
Yeah.
waiting to kill us for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they are evil. So, all right.
That's accurate.
All right. Well, let's do a simple little introduction here. And all I really want to know is just a very tiny bit about your protagonist and their background. But again, I don't want any hints about dark desires or shadow of the past at this point. But, you know, maybe your vocation, why you're here on the dig. So, Charlie, let's get started with you.
Excellent. So, my character's name is Friendon Brazier. And
Oh my gosh.
Ever.
him. And I'm here as security for the rest of the dig.
Oh, okay. Fabulous.
Love it.
All right, Brendan. Next up, Mr. Crow. Talk to me.
I'll be playing Barton Karloff,
Nice.
who is ostensibly the college intern that came with like a professor to this dig.
Okay.
In practice, he's mostly been carrying boxes and sleeping in the tent.
Fair enough. Okay.
But he's like a burly guy.
Very good. By the way, just for names, Charlie and Mr. Crow, you both are awarded a terror token. In a game, I'm tossing across the table. So
Yes.
if you really want, well, you guys can't, but just, you know, audience in general, if you really want to start with terror tokens, great. I'll tell you about what they're used for in a bit, but we're going to start, I'll just dish them out. So I'll dish them out for doing dastardly things and cool crap. All right, Mr. Crow is our buff college intern. Well, maybe not buff. Maybe not. Yeah, 2 buffs. There you go. Yeah, two buffs are better than 1. All right, Jenna.
So I'll be playing Valeria. Let's see. I didn't really give her last name. I'm gonna make it
Valeria better have like
Crema.
long flowing hair down to her ass.
It's black and it's silky
fabulous.
and it's like perfectly waved, and she's got red lipstick on and like a big hat, and she's the financier of this archaeological dig.
Yeah.
And she is like 32. So, and
wow.
she her pronouns.
Okay. Got the money.
Yeah.
Great. Valeria.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. All right. She's going to die first.
Probably,
Maria.
yeah.
I am Oded Nir. I am the interpreter /translator, proficient in Egyptian and also hieroglyphics, and I'm here to translate and stuff.
So I'm probably gonna spell all of your character names wrong. So.
Oh, yeah. It's like Oded Fair, but near. It's kind of far.
You assume that gives me context.
Yeah.
He plays Ardeth Bay in the movie.
Yeah, he plays the one guy who like brings
the
them
other hot guy.
Yeah, besides Brendan Fraser. Oh man.
All right. And Odin, right?
Oded. Yeah. Oded.
All right. Oded.
I should have written these down. Crap.
What was yours' name, Crow?
Barton
Karloff. Yeah.
Karloff.
Yeah, so the two of them definitely get some terror tokens for the nods there. So they're good. Too good to pass up.
Yeah, I didn't really have a name until you said it's very mummy inspired, and I'm like, got it.
When you said the mummy, I was like, oh
you
god,
guys
please.
have to tell me that we're just playing the cast of the mummy. I would have,
I was on board. Crow's just a different gear.
Got it.
I went original mummy. He said black and white, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's different. That's different.
all valid here. All valid. I'm okay with all of it. So yeah, it's good. Well, bulls and ghouls, you guys find yourself in the desert, of course, of Egypt. Dunes, sand dunes everywhere, and we're going to finish up using this set before 9 o'clock because the folks from Dune 3 are going to come on and use it.
Ooh, yeah.
Right, but yeah,
absolutely.
So dunes everywhere, sand in places you didn't know sand could be. And that you now realize you don't want sand to be. Mm-hmm. And you're in the kind of the main tent, the main office, and there you sit conferring amongst yourselves. The workers, you have several local workers there, and they have tents, kind of a little further back, and then they've got some camels and lots of the equipment that you brought with. And today they have uncovered the door to what you believe is a pharaoh's tomb. So literally at this point, you just have the entrance to the tomb. It's going down into the sand a little bit. It's maybe mid-afternoon. The sun is just starting to begin its set. There is a sandstorm a ways away, but nothing to worry about at this point. And so you're there. And tell me a little bit. Well, Valeria, apparently you're princess here. So Valeria, I suppose I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the dig here to the rest of the team. Your team, apparently.
Yeah. So I imagine Valeria got a little like bored between her like first and like maybe second and third husbands. And like just decided like, hey, let's open some things up in Egypt and possibly release the mummy. Whatever. Whatever happens.
Okay.
We'll deal with it.
So you're all for let's dive in tonight and crack this seal and go?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she wants treasure. She's interested in, like artifacts and things like that she can sell.
Yeah. Okay. So you're really saying to them that you're just barging into this ancient tomb, and yeah, let's just swipe all the treasure. Fabulous. Maria, as translator and potentially representative here, how does Oded feel about Valeria's tactics here? Yeah.
They're a little aggressive, these tactics, but they get the job done. So you can't really complain too much.
Okay.
Paychecks clearing, jobs getting done.
All right.
I love it.
Then I'm trying to say it right. Frenzen Brazier. Frenzen. It's hard to say it wrong. Brendan Brazier. So, Brendan, yeah. Brendan, it's interesting, but the workers, they kind of cleared this out, and now they're back at their tents. They're kind of whispering amongst themselves, and there seems to be some sort of discontent among the workers after the discovery of the tomb. But anyhow, she's apparently got it all covered as far as you know. What do you think there, Brendan?
I would like to maybe not necessarily ask them what's wrong, but see if I could get close enough just to eavesdrop a little bit. And know, why they're upset about this.
Sure. What? How's your Egyptian?
I think I've been picking up a little bit while I'm here, but I'm certainly not on Oded's level.
Okay, so it's not it's obviously not a vocation skill, security, right? Yeah. I mean, so did you take it as a focused or an unfocused skill by chance?
I have language translation as unfocused.
Okay. You know what? Here's the thing about the game, everybody. It is very open to interpretation. Role-playing heavy, not role-playing heavy. So I'm okay with that. Give us a roll. And you said it is an unfocused roll, correct?
Yes. Yep. I rolled 2 2s, so a 4. And my focus is a 6.
All right, so I'm just going to switch this here. Give me 1 second, guys. Just so we can show everybody what's going on. Maybe. All right, faster. Okay, so you had 2 2s?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, everybody else, Jenna and Maria, you guys can both have a terror token as well for your intro. So everybody's up to 1. All right, and if I can get the right dice here. All right, so how do we play? You rolled something like that, I bet. 2 2s, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in D6 by D6 system, everything is multiplied. So you use 2d6, of course, and as Charlie pointed out, 2 times 2 is 4. You didn't know this was going to be math, but it's all right. My kids said algebra never served me. I'm like, you just haven't played enough role-playing games. So 2 times 2 is 4. Now, typically this would be a success, right, Charlie? Because you said your focus number was a
6.
A 6. And for an unfocused, that's not even good. So for an unfocused skill, you want to get your focus number or below on these 2 dice. So right now, Charlie did that. However, we can change these rolls because we have terror tokens. And the way terror tokens work is that unlike some games, which include things like, goody two-shoes stuff like drama points or fate points or chips or some other I can affect the game in a positive way, that's not this game. So terror tokens behave just the opposite. You can spend terror tokens throughout the game to adversely affect the roles of your friends. I'm sorry, the other protagonists. They're not friends by the end of this. So but yeah, so somebody could say, oh, I'm sorry, Charlie, you didn't understand that. And they could throw a terror token this way to alter this roll. for to Charlie's character's protagonist's demise. Now, that was very long-winded in me to basically explain that rule and go, does anybody want to spend a terror token at this point?
No.
Nope.
I'm good.
All right.
It's too early to start
I'm being
sabotaging
helpful.
Charlie. So,
Wow.
also, Friendon's name is Friendon, so obviously we have a Friendon.
If not friend, why named Friendon?
Exactly. Brendan, obviously a friend. I'm friend-shaped. It's all coming together.
Friend-shaped. Friend in the friend shape can have another terror token for that. How's that?
I'll take it.
So,
We're very good at being scary.
Yeah, Charlie, you go out and you catch enough words that they are. Friendon realizes that they are like in paranoid mode, superstition mode. Oh my gosh, we opened the tomb. Bad things are going to happen, and this was a horrible idea. Is really what they're muttering.
Mm-hmm.
So you in the tent there, Crow and Maria and Jenna, your characters there. What about Carla? What's he feel about this tactic?
I think he's kind of nonplussed by the whole situation. In general,
Right.
He hasn't been too invested in the dig. He's just been kind of doing whatever Valeria tells him to do.
Okay.
So
He's a finance intern. He has no idea what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's just here to get his internship credit. That's
He
it.
literally, he was literally back at the college and saw like a flyer for like magical trip to Egypt, and he's just like, yeah, sure.
Magical trip. Yes.
Magic.
It'll be
Sounds
perfect.
warm.
What
Did we
could
just
possibly
invent
go
magic?
wrong?
Yeah. What could go wrong? Just a semester over in Egypt, whatever.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
nothing could go wrong. Yeah,
No.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can't imagine
It's
he's
free.
got like a box or something that he's just like sprawled out on. He's got like the sun hat just like over his face, just like
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Apparently, Valeria is the boss of him, though. Valeria, do you have any commands here for?
Yeah, she's gonna like start snapping and be like, hey, it's time to move it. We got to the thing. We gotta crack open the tomb. Whatever.
all right.
Oded realizes that was perfect archaeological terminology there for what we have to get done in the next. Yeah.
Gonna crack open that too.
Crack open some stuff.
Crack open a cold tomb with the boys.
Okay.
All right. I'll go and grab a sledgehammer and just start walking to the door, just like, boss says, break it open.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is the best.
So
I don't give a
Barton
shit.
has a sledgehammer,
Yep.
and he's just headed down to the opening.
Yep.
Charlie, where's Friendon caught up to at this point?
I'd probably circle back around to Valeria and say, Miss Krima, seems the other worker is feeling a little superstitious about the tomb, but doesn't look like anyone's going to stand in the way just yet.
That's good. I mean, if they want to get paid, they shouldn't stand in our way.
They also may not be helping either. Just,
Yeah.
there's that.
You're gonna have
That's okay. We'll
Gonna-
dock their pay.
have Barton take out the whole sarcophagus all by himself.
Well, I don't know. I
mean,
don't
he
know.
carries boxes.
Yeah, he's pretty beefy. I mean, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Do you have a focused brawn? Are you beefy there?
I do.
Yeah?
If anyone asked him, Barton would say that he's actually a football player back home,
Oh.
See, that's
okay.
why we brought him.
which makes it all
Eye
the more
candy
weird
and
that
to
he's
lift the
out here.
boxes.
Okay, so it really had nothing to do with football. I'm like something to do on Sunday nights. I didn't know where we were going with that.
It was
so, yeah.
spring semester, so he didn't have to worry about football.
Okay.
He's like
He
he's
needed
like
a PE credit.
Mm.
I would actually say that he's like a physical education major, but he just like signed up for this trip for credits, presumably.
Yeah,
For fun, to fulfill the study abroad.
just to perish horribly. Yeah, it's fine.
If
Yeah,
you
good.
study abroad for a semester, you don't have to take a language. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's the
He didn't want to
early
take a language.
1900s. Who knows?
I don't know. It's what my guidance counselor says. I don't know. Whatever.
Very nice. Well, I guess you're headed towards the crypt, the tomb, the opening to the tomb. The workers are kind of off to the side. They're not going to stop you. They're not interested in entering the tomb at this particular point. But you do come up, and there's some steps going down into the tomb, and there's a big door there that seals it off, seals the tomb. It's
I feel like as he's going down the steps, Barton's just like, winds up the sledgehammer.
and you're just right on the door. All right.
That's
We
So,
make good decisions on Tift,
gotcha.
it's fun.
You know what? Go ahead and make me a brawn roll. And you said your brawn was focused, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead and make me a brawn roll. Let's see how you do for that door.
That's gonna be a brain 9.
A 9, and is that a success?
Well, my focus number is a 6, so I believe that's a yes.
Yeah, and it was brawn was focused, right?
Mhm.
Yep. So yeah, then you definitely want to get higher than that. So yeah, if you got a 6, that would be a success with just a single success. Anybody want to change that? Terra tokens? No, not yet.
No.
All right.
I
All right.
want to see what
Get
happens.
into the tomb first.
Yeah.
Then
So
the
you
creepy
guys,
stuff can
happens.
start happening.
For sure.
you kind of come down to the stairs here, and
Ooh.
and you give it a big swing, and sure enough, there's a large smash. A couple more swings like that, and you have cracked this ancient sarcophagus stone door that has sealed the treasures of Ra forever. And you're instantly hit with a kind of a blast of just stale old air, dust, and just this stale smell of a sarcophagus that's been buried for centuries and centuries. And there you are before the entrance to the tomb. It's dark. Stank. People are behind you. Valeria, I assume, is what looking over. Yeah. What are the rest of you guys doing as you watch somebody destroy a priceless artifact? I'm just saying. But hey, whatever. It's your expedition.
Praise the sun.
I'm not the scientist here, so.
If this was me as an actual person, I would be furious. But as this character,
we don't have any scientists here.
We have Moneybags, Himbo number 1, translator guy who's guiding us, and Himbo number 2, who's a college intern. Intern Himbo.
Him turn.
Him turn.
I'm making sure it probably looks really ridiculous because we're going into a sealed tomb, but I'm making sure I've got all my guns strapped to my legs, I've got knives, I'm checking my magazines, fully loaded.
It's like Laura Croft, kind of thing, or or Indiana Jones. No, he just had the whip. Laura was always prepared. Yeah. She had stuff. Yeah.
Laura Croft was stocked up. Indiana Jones was minimalist. He just sort of rode by the seat of his
Clothes
pants.
she was wearing, she did have a lot of
You did have a lot of stuff. You didn't know
on
where it
her.
came
Like
from. Yeah.
like we know that women's clothes don't have pockets like that. So like, where was she keeping it? I want to know.
Have you ever seen the opening to the movie Machete?
No.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave it there. That's just go Google the opening, or well, you probably can't Google it. Just you watch the opening to Machete. It explains everything.
Okay, perfect.
And it's a fun movie. You will soon learn where cell phones are kept. So yeah.
I'll offer a small prayer to the sun god since we're mucking around in his tomb.
Oh, I think that's a good idea. You can have a terror token for that. What are you gonna
praise the sun?
Praise the sun.
I should have worn my Amon-Ra jersey today.
Oh yes.
Yes. Well, the tomb it's pitch dark. Barton is there.
Ironic.
Yeah. Are you gonna step right in? What are you doing there, Mr. Crow?
Take a quick glance inside, just see what I can immediately see.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of light coming from behind you that spills in, and you see a very nice dust-covered floor. It is definitely the entrance to a tomb. There are just minimal knickknacks and things here. They look like things that might have come out of the house of this particular pharaoh, things that were buried there. But otherwise, this foyer, if you would, is very minimalistic. It's just an open room as far as you can see at this point.
Anything made of gold?
Ooh, shiny, glinty things. Well, it's a little hard to see at this point. Yeah. Valeria, the tomb's open.
I assume that I have a flashlight or a lantern or whatever. It's that we had flashlights then, right?
We have lanterns and we have torches and lanterns.
Yep. Okay, so she has a lantern then.
Yeah.
And she starts looking around.
So into the sarcophagus, into the crypt you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Shoving your way past Barton there.
Oh no, he's got to go first.
Oh, so shoving Barton first.
That's why we brought an intern.
Hey.
Interns are disposable.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Go.
Isn't this supposed to
be
That's
why we wanted a linebacker on here.
It's all coming together.
All right. So Barton, you stumble forward a little bit into the interior as you're shoved out of the way by a very eager Valeria, apparently, who happens to have a lantern. So she casts eerie shadows around the room, and there appears to be a little bit of an alcove off to your left side, and that is that's really kind of it. Otherwise, full of, and Valeria would probably know. Well, maybe. I mean, there's the shiny object factor in here is minimal. It's again, there might be some pictures, some plates and pottery, all, of course, very priceless from an archaeological standpoint, okay? But it's not shiny and gold at this point, so.
Valeria is going to make note of all those things to make sure that the crew comes and gets them tomorrow. For now, she's kind of just like...
hunting for that gold.
Yeah.
So when you say take notes, you've got a little notebook with you that you're actually inventorying things?
Yes.
She's going around
absolutely.
Okay, yes.
Little
So
sticker tags, be like, okay, one A,
and I'm
one
thinking
B.
about this much for this one.
Yeah. Okay. So, excellent. Well, yeah, and as you guys start illuminating the room there with your your lantern, and of course you're shoving our friend there. You find in that little alcove, there's this other huge, gigantic door there. right? It's
Ooh.
just a big thing closing off what's obviously another section of the tomb. What's really hilarious here, guys, is that I have the camera here and I'm still like waving my arms around like you guys can see me. So anyhow, so there's that, and then there are these 4 Anubis-looking statues. There's some sconces in the wall for you to hang a torch if you like. They are full of shiny, pretty objects and gold, my friends. So, both Barton and Valeria, currently the only ones in the tomb, or at least this far back, do indeed find that they have some pretty little jewels attached to them.
Yeah. We should probably wait until after we explore the whole tomb to start
Taking
all the
things.
shiny things. I want to make sure that everything gets inventoried correctly.
Of course.
I'll go in and slot a torch into one of those sconces.
Yeah.
Awesome. It becomes instantly brighter.
Yeah.
Some more light here in this sun god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely brighter, and these are the 4. I don't know. Is it Anubi? I don't know what the plural of Anubis is, but these 4 Anubises.
Anubises. Anubis.
Anubis. So, Maria, your character Oded comes in and looks around, and sure enough, great big thing there. Oded, you said you're here in the position of translator, correct?
Yes.
And who sent you? Like, I mean, are you American, Egyptian? Where are you from? Give us a little background there.
Well, he's American. He saw the job posting, and just applied.
Scrolling through
as one does.
As one does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need any
right?
qualifications in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really. Oh, you're hot and you speak Egyptian? Great, you're in.
Grad student. Applied probably maybe from the same university as Barton, maybe.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a grad student or something.
Yeah. Egyptian
Gotcha.
grad student, because that was probably the thing.
So as Odin is walking into the crypt from outside, you notice that there was some hieroglyphics on the. You notice one piece of the what remains of the door there had a little hieroglyphics on it that is now kind of broken and shattered.
Oh, I want to look for the other pieces and see if I can.
Oh yeah. So.
Yeah, put those back together and read them. Yeah.
That's probably really important, Barton.
It could be. But why don't you make me a little Egyptian roll there, which I think you said was your focus roll?
Yes.
And your focus is?
In translation.
What's your focus number?
Oh, 6.
6. All right. So focus roll, you need to roll your 2 dice, multiply them, and get a 6 or better.
God, I have to do math.
I know.
20.
Now, I am going to impose a little penalty here because it's broken. So I'm going to make this a difficult task. So you're going to have a 1-point penalty, which after you roll, we can talk about how that gets applied.
20.
Okay. So tell me the dice you rolled.
5 and a 4.
A 5 and a 4. Okay. So terror tokens and the such and penalties always affect the die with the lowest pip. In this case, it's a 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. So making this more difficult, that's going to drop that 4 down to a 3 because it's a focus roll. It's going to try and lower that roll. It's going to hinder that roll. So it's going to drop that down to a 3. A 3 times 5 is still 15, which in this case is still a success. Okay?
Yes. Unless anybody wants to terrorize
unless anybody wants to use a
double terrorize, yeah.
Or double terrorize me.
Yeah. Now, we would have to spend 2 terror tokens to bring them down to a 5, which would be a loss because, again,
focuses.
For those of you that are playing at home, we had a 4 and a 5, The difficulty dropped the 1 die down to a 3 and a 5. And if we spent terror tokens, we could spend each terror token spent adjusts a pip. Oh, there you go. Very good. So we would have to spend 2. Yes, thank you. So, anybody? No?
No, not
No?
yet.
I saved him for the finale.
Yeah,
right.
I really want to like sabotage.
I want to spend it, but I know
Gotcha.
what to do with it.
Well, I'll shoot a little something here to you in the chat privately, Maria, that you can read. So we'll come back to that. But so you've got this information, and you've come into the tomb, and you've put your light in the sconce there, and
like one does.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you not do that?
Just
With
also casually put your light in the sconce.
Yeah.
You should really buy it a drink first, but okay.
You sconce.
That would put it out.
All right. So I guess if we don't know, then she's just gonna maybe examine this door. This other door where there's the shiny things in it and the statues.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And kind of see if there's anything, like if there's an obvious way to open it, so that we don't break any more doors. Just a thought. It's as efficient as that was, Barton. Maybe next time we shouldn't destroy ancient architecture.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that.
There is that.
Fine.
Yeah. So
stand
anybody who
over
wants
here.
to, who wants to try something to see if we can get in the door. Yeah.
Barton doesn't actually really give a shit about the door. He is very interested in those shiny bits, however.
Interesting. Yeah, I would imagine he would be. So what does he think about those shiny little baubles of precious jewels that are, embedded in these
Just hanging out.
guardians of the door?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not ominous at all.
Not at all.
It's fine.
I'm gonna set down the sledgehammer, get a pocket knife out, and see if we can't just subtly
Pop one out.
All right, subtly. So tell me, I'm going to make you roll for this because you use the word subtly here. So tell me what Barton's going to do, what he's going to roll to subtly steal a jewel out of one of these. You got a couple of people in the tomb. We've got Charlie's not far behind, and Jenna, of course, is breathing down your neck. Valeria, and then we have Odin, who is. Seems a little distracted, but brought some light to the situation. So
Right.
So what do you think there, Pearl?
Literally.
sort of let the two of them futz with the door. I'll just sort of like set the sledgehammer down and just like act like I'm just sort of like leaning against one of the statues. Meanwhile, behind my back, I've got the pocket knife going on like one of the gems, just trying to like wedge
Excellent.
it out.
So, Mr. Thief, go ahead and give me a roll of some sort, and whatever you can justify is acceptable in this game. That's the flexibility of it. So, what are you going to use to do this?
Well, I do have stealth, so
You do have stealth as a skill. Great. And is it focused or unfocused?
it is focused.
It is focused, and your focus number is
6.
6. All right. Roll me 2d6, multiply them, and beat a 6. 6 or better.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I got a 6.
Oh, you got a 1 and a 6?
Uh-huh.
So,
nice.
here's a fabulous little thing. We can never bring a die down below a 1. So you got one of these fabulous rolls, you're safe. They cannot terror token you. So every now and then it happens and you're safe. So tell us what happens. You had a success.
Just sort of like, I imagine it's like a little diamond or something, maybe.
Okay.
Just sort of pop it out, just sort of put it into the same hand and just like lean forward, stuff my hands in my pockets and just subtly deposit the diamond and just sort of yell over my shoulder. So we figured out the stupid door yet, or should I smash it?
You're a stupid door.
What was that?
Wow.
Yeah,
I love
you
it
heard
when
me.
they all fight. So secretly, she's just kind of like,
Breaking stuff. You don't even know what it says. What if it said something awful?
Then they should have written it in English.
They didn't speak English back then.
They spoke picture words.
Yeah. It could say "Doe inside, dead open." It could.
What does it
could.
say?
It probably does.
What does
Probably.
it say? Oded?
It says something. It sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not sharing though, are you? It sounds like.
I don't know. What does it say?
Oh, I put something in the chat there for you. Oh, in the Zoom chat. Sorry.
Oh God. There's a Zoom chat? Okay.
Yes.
That makes so much more sense.
I'll go ahead and just leave that open for future reference.
Yeah, in this game, we do encourage the passing of notes and private communications amongst each other, and you guys in the horror host, of course. Oh, by the way, Barton gets a terror token for being really devious there. I'm going to call him the first devious deed doer.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the first devious deed doer of the game.
Yeah, I love it.
So, all right.
It just says caution opening.
Caution opening. Yeah,
that's what I'll just point to one of the hieroglyphs. Like that one, that's what that one means. It just says caution. Danger,
it's a bird going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd like to examine this door. To see if we can open it or whatever.
Yeah. Tell me how you're going to do that there, Valeria.
I am going to examine everything.
Okay.
And look for any a handle first, but if there's not a handle,
that'd be really obvious. So
yeah. Then maybe like something that you like a lever or something that you would pull, things like that.
A button, perhaps.
What kind of Indiana Jones role are you going to make here for me? Tell me about it.
I am going to make a let's see. Can I use knowledge of artifacts?
Is that focused or an unfocused skill?
Unfocused.
Unfocused. Okay. So yeah, that's great. And we haven't had an unfocused roll. Your focus number is?
My focus number is 4.
4. So for those of you playing at home, Jenna needs to roll a 4 or under to succeed at this roll.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's unfortunate.
How unfortunate is it?
I rolled a 6 and a I need to roll over it, right? Not
no, under because it's unfocused.
Oh, yeah. I rolled 6 and 4, so that's a lot.
That's a fail. That's a big bad fail.
It's a big
Tell me what
fail.
happens with your big bad fail.
So I think that she just starts like grabbing the statues and trying their arms and breaks one of the arms off of it. It tries to pull it like a lever, but it's not a lever, and just breaks the arm off the statue.
Nice.
Like this priceless artifact statue.
Oh, but I'm being insensitive.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Valeria can have a terror token for breaking a priceless artifact.
Like you do.
Just super
not
glue that
opening
back
the door
together.
is the worst part. Yeah. It's not slide open. It doesn't.
Yeah, the door didn't even open. That's
Yeah.
So now we're probably gonna have to break another door. Barden, you wanna take this one?
Does it have instructions on the door? Read the instructions to figure out how to open
We
it.
don't need instructions.
We threw the rules out a long time ago.
Yeah.
We don't do things in order. We just want now.
This is the stone
So-
door, right?
Yes. Yeah. Big stone. Big piece of stone. Yeah.
I don't know. That might take a lot of sledgehammer swings.
All right. Do we want to
Arm day.
let a door defeat us, or do we want to get further in this crypt? And I want to pull out a stick of dynamite.
Oh, hell
That
yeah.
doesn't seem structurally safe, Brendan.
That's why I give it a long fuse and we wait outside.
It's so
Oh my
weird to watch
gosh.
Maria be the brains of the operation.
For once, I'm not the explosive expert.
I might actually agree with Odette on this one.
We could break so much stuff in here.
Yeah, we kind of need some of this stuff. Like, it's kind of counterproductive to our mission.
It's expensive.
Clear out everything that's in this room.
What if we had like a crowbar and we just pried the door open?
Oh.
Like maybe we could go back out and get a crowbar. I'm sure there's one out in the.
I mean, it is an excavation. You have a plethora of tools.
There's probably
a bunch of
crowbars or something like that out there.
Yeah, there might be a toolbox full of tools or
yeah.
Why do I feel like
All
everyone
right.
just looks?
Barton, go
Barton,
fetch
yep.
the.
You're the intern.
Go fetch the toolbox.
Fine.
Yeah, that one's here because he's got
I need
a
2
very
lattes
nice
and a
smile
crowbar.
and also
Go.
can shoot things and blow things up. And this one's here because he can breathe things and has a cute face. Like, you know.
Yeah. We all have a purpose.
Just
It's all
look
good.
forlornly at my stick of dynamite and then tuck it away. One day. My
That-
love. One day.
Save it for later.
I was about to say that absolutely has now become our Chekhov's gun.
It's a special tool that will come in handy later.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I'll go and get like the toolbox
Oh yeah.
and bring it back down. Pull out like a couple of crowbars. Hand one to. Yeah, hand one to Friendon.
All right.
Valeria probably chip a nail or something. So
Yeah, no, absolutely
you're
not.
probably in
She's
high heels.
she's examining her nails and her her high-heeled boots. She did not dress properly for an exhibition.
My specific title on the contract is just hired muscle. Not even security, just hired muscle.
Himbo number 1. This one's him turn.
Himbo.
And this
and
one
him turn.
reads stuff.
That sounds like a Pokemon evolution line.
No. So the 2 of you have crowbars, is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're gonna work together to do this?
Yep.
Great.
Just
Here's
swing
what
it
I
around
need.
like sword.
Well, you know, if,
That's not how crowbars work.
so I'm going to need you guys to come up with a total of 5 successes to open the door working together. So tell me what you're going to use. You're going to make your rolls. Now, one thing is that anytime you have a tool, you get a benefit to do a bonus to do whatever you're trying to do. So you each have a 1-point benefit, and we call it a help or a benefit because remember, focus rolls, we want to help the dice get higher, and unfocused and unknown rolls, we want to help the dice get lower. So it is, so it depends on what you're trying to do. So Charlie and Crow, talk to me about Friendon and Barton's, what they're going to use to do that. Are they going to use an attribute or a skill or whatever they're going to use to do this? And let's make some rolls.
Focused in brawn, baby.
I'm also focused
right.
on brawn.
All right, so give me some rolls and tell me what you get.
Wait, which dice do I want to use? That's the question.
Ooh. Okay. So I rolled a 5 and a 5, so I got a 25.
25, and it's a focus roll, right? Fantastic. And Charlie, how did Friendon do?
For the benefit, is that applied to the higher or the lower die?
Always to the lower die.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even factor that in.
Oh yeah. So now you have a 30.
Yep, 30.
Okay.
Right.
So I rolled a 9 total, and my focus is a 6.
Okay. And so great. So we can get extra successes. And with a focus roll, it's a real simple thing is that, of course, if you exceed your, equal or exceed your focus roll, it's a single success. And then anytime you get a tens digit, like Crow got a 30, right? We decided all together. You get the tens digit worth of bonuses. So you got a 30. So you have 4 successes, right? Your base plus 3. and Charlie Barton got 1 success. So all together, 5 together. Although I got to tell you, Charlie Barton's he's not looking like the bohunk here in this. Crow pulled off 4 of the 5 successes needed. So Friendon really showing you up. But you guys succeed unless somebody's going to spend terror tokens.
Oh, Friendon's got the pretty face. Barton's got the nice arms and chest.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
Stitch us together and you'll get
I was going to say,
himbo.
That sounds like next week's Terror Tomb.
Frankenstein's himbo.
Mysterious group of archaeologists killed. However, a creature combined with several parts meanders the desert aimlessly.
We form Voltron.
Imtron.
Brendan's head, Barton's body, Odette's brain. I don't know, Valeria's ass.
Valeria's ass and money.
Ass and legs and money.
Ass and
money.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so the door slides with this grinding as you guys lean into it. For the benefit of Valeria and I don't know what Oded's into, but there's lots of bulging muscles and sweat, and they shift the door open. Again, your nostrils are assaulted with this scent, and it's not, things have well beyond rotted, so it's just musty dirt. It's been closed up kind of scent. Also, as you two notice, being the closest there, as the door opens and a little bit of the light from the torches falls into it. First of all, has everybody here lived in that or had that friend that lived in that house or the apartment? That really nasty one where when you come in and turn the lights on, you can hear the cockroaches skitter away and hide. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Crap house.
Yeah. So maybe I was the only one that, ended up like that.
No,
But
I've experienced those kinds of houses.
yeah.
No,
So there's
public
that
housing
kind
in
of
the
sound.
90s.
What's that?
I lived in public housing in the 90s. So.
Yeah. So there's that kind of sound as the light hits the dirt floor a little bit, and you just hear this skittering of some sort of creatures disappearing into the sand in the dark. But the door is cracked open enough. Maybe you got it a good 3/4 of the way open, and your torches fall into the next room, and that room has a little bit more, so the first room, it was kind of the common goods from the house. And the next room, we have, again, some shelves, some more, the fine china, is in here. The fine pottery is in here. A little bit nicer things. You also find there's kind of like a cart in there. Mm-hmm. And kind of you see some sort of cart in there, maybe used to bring things in eventually. But that's what you can see from inside there. So as you guys come in, you can see this little cart. The light spills into the other direction, and you see a couple more of these Anubises statues. Mm-hmm. There we go. Everything's backwards. Off to the side, barring again another section of the tomb. Mm-hmm. Maria, you've been kind of bringing up the rear, so to speak. You're Oded's kind of my straggler there. Mm-hmm. As they go into the next room, you noticed that this particular room is has gotten a little bit darker than you would have expected, just from them leaving, if that makes sense. So you of course, it's going to darken as they leave, but the light from the entrance that you originally came into seems to have faded. And that foyer, that antechamber there that you first went into is suddenly very dark, darker than you would expect. There's the howling of wind outside. It's creepy.
Ooh.
Got a big storm coming.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
And they had
Nobody's
the music going. I paused, and the sound effects were good. So
nobody's followed us in here, right? All of the locals.
oh gosh,
just...
no,
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
nope, they're not interested. Yep, evil. Yeah, they're.
Okay.
Of course, you didn't ask anybody either. But
I didn't ask. I'm not going to ask them. I know better than that.
But no, they have not followed. They are back at their encampment. As you peer out that door, the storm has come up extremely quickly. You've been out here a few weeks, so you know that the dust storms come. But this one came up much quicker than you would have anticipated, and it's dark out now, almost as if it's night, or the sun has been blotted out by the furious sandstorm outside. As a matter of fact, you kind of look out squinting to see if you can spot some of the other workers, or maybe even the tents in the distance, and you can't. So, yeah, just saying.
I'll stick my head in the cart room where they've all convened and be like, the dust storm's coming up.
Oh, great.
It'd be
Pull
really
my
nice to
scarf
include it in
over
here,
my
those.
face.
What's that?
I'm gonna pull my scarf over my face just in case it's not relatively dust free in here.
Yeah, it's really messing with your asthma.
Yeah.
So you're in this next room. Charlie and Crow, Brendan and Barton are there, and Valeria's right behind you. Pretty things, lots of pretty things here. Again, not. You all have some archaeology, not as much as some groups, but you have some archaeological knowledge here. So kind of what's valuable. Valeria, this is probably not your first.
She knows what's valuable.
Yeah, she knows. So you would know that this is not like the treasure room, right? Like if this, first of all, the tomb is big enough that this pharaoh was pretty hot shit, and boy, can we say that on Twitch? I don't know. I'm old.
We totally can. We say
totally
much worse things than that.
No more George Carlin's 7 words, right?
No,
it's all.
It's the Wild Wild West on Twitch.
Yeah,
they kind of draw the line at hate speech.
No hate speech, no bullying.
No hate speech, no bullying, no nipples.
Yeah, they also have something against nipples.
Well, nipples in certain contexts.
Yeah. I also learned recently that it's a no feet policy on here, which is interesting to me.
What?
No feet.
I mean, I'm not upset about it. I don't really like feet.
Still leaves.
That's because
that's
no feet for free.
Really
the ankles and the diaphragm that we can display, though, does it not?
It does. There's a lot of other stuff you can show.
Okay.
But anyways.
Anyhow, so
Which is gonna censor us now.
The feet is what attracts the weirdos.
Show is going great till we get games on. You can put it all up now. Banned in all the countries, and so hey, all the great horror movies were banned in 42 countries. Come on,
Absolutely.
Right? So yeah, this is a step up. This is the maybe the pharaoh's personal belongings, and so the things in this room are a little bit more valuable. We have 2 of the guardian statues there guarding the next entrance into the tomb, and then we have this odd cart. And I don't know, did somebody say that they were going to touch the cart or something like that?
Probably. We have
somebody. What's
2 himbos and.
I am curious. Is this cart small enough that it would have fit through the doors we just came through?
You think it may have been built in, like closed in? Yeah. I mean, you could probably get it out the door, assuming that the door was working and the path was clear and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it may have been kind of brought in, but yeah, you gonna go look at it?
Sure.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm not the
All right.
smart one. I can't translate hieroglyphs. I might as well find
That's
something to
all right.
occupy me.
So
Much
while the
stuff.
rest of the gang is
Much
kind of
stuff.
looking at the pretty shinies, you go over to the dull wooden cart,
Mhm.
and there's a body, and it is obviously decomposed at this point in time. But sure enough, there is a skeleton there. That body had some sort of well, it tatters now, but it has some clothing. Has a nice necklace, gold chain on it with some sort of symbol on it, and has a dagger by his side, a very nice dagger.
It's totally cursed. I'm gonna take it.
Awesome.
I
You can
want-
have a terror token.
I want the necklace
Even if
and the
it's not
dagger.
cursed,
Give me the
Yeah.
cursed items. I
you
love
you
this.
can have a terror token as well. So,
Ugh.
right. So you're taking the dagger, right? Not the
And-
necklace?
I want both. I'll probably
Oh, yeah.
go for the dagger first since it's not around the neck.
Yeah.
So I can at least try and get something.
Okay. Are you gonna try and do this on the sly?
Yeah.
Yeah, or make me some sort of stealth roll. Do something stealthy for me.
If
Okay.
we
If you
don't, Valeria's
uh,
gonna be like, excuse me, that belongs to me, thank you.
That's right. Yeah.
Just start taking your stuff back. What? No.
Okay.
All right.
So this would be, I'd say this would fall under Grace. Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. You're just gonna try and gracefully do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
little Indiana Jones swap there. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Is it focused or unfocused?
It is unfocused.
It is unfocused. So you need your focus number or below.
2 1s.
All right. Oh,
Ooh, nice.
Snake
Nice.
eyes.
nice. All right. So, yeah, you are super sneaky, and you seem to have yourself some stuff nobody else seems to notice. Huh? Nice. Nicely done. All right. Unless somebody wants to change that roll.
Can they if it's
We
2
Oh yeah,
1s?
we can increase it up.
We increase it.
We can
Because
increase it up, yeah.
Focus.
Yes, because it's an unfocused roll,
Right.
and they are trying to roll below that number.
Nah, I want to save mine for when
Your
Charlie is going
hindrance
to like
would
die
be a
or
plus
something.
and move it the other
vital.
direction. You're gonna say,
Yeah.
I want to
You want
wait
me to-
for
you wanna make sure I die
something
horribly.
really bad to happen
All
to
right.
Brendan.
But I want to start spending these things because I want to start talking about my shadow of the past. But like,
oh yeah, well that's true too. Yep, you get to do the reveals.
Mhm.
That's right. You
Yeah.
guys have all done that. So yeah.
yeah, that was my favorite part, honestly.
So the rest of you, what in this room, what are you looking for? Anything that you're interested in?
There was writing on the cart.
Mhm.
I don't know. Was there writing on the card?
I'd like to check it out.
Okay.
Says there's a dust storm. I'm not really paying attention for a minute. Brendan does a little. Oh, what's in this cart? There's nothing interesting in here. Don't look at my pockets.
Just a dead guy.
and
It's
then I'll be like,
fine.
oh yeah, there's a cart. Oh shit, there's a body in the cart. That's not good.
Yeah.
It's a very old
Especially not
body,
for the
so
guy.
it's probably fine.
Yeah, it is probably fine, for sure.
Ugh, why do corpses always stink?
It's
They didn't
literally
mummify
bone.
this one?
Composition.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, and
This one
we're
is-
talking hundreds of years. I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
beyond stank at this point.
Yeah,
so.
it
Yeah.
doesn't stink anymore. It's
Yeah.
just dirty.
Do any of the bones look broken or
Thing
anything?
Smells.
You throw up a little
No.
in your mouth.
The skull's not caved
that your
in or
upper lip?
anything?
Did you pee yourself?
Well, I don't know, Maria. Does Odette have anything that would help them make those determinations?
He can be unfocused in first aid.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
So there you go. Make me an unfocused roll.
Maybe he was going to be a med student at one point in time.
Yeah.
Decided to take the easier route with ancient Egyptian.
Yeah. Egyptology, medicine.
I mean, I
Okay,
guess
that's good. It's a
technically
4 and a 1, so 4.
Is that a success?
Yeah, my focus is 6.
So below that. All right. Anybody want to change that?
It
Nope.
wouldn't be hard.
Anyone else want to jump in before I do?
No, you can.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
You
if
go
you just
first.
increase it 1, then I'm fucked.
Yep, I
so-
will spend
Yes.
a terror token.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So just to
So-
recap it, because it's an unfocused roll and we have to roll below that number as Maria attempted, and did, but now Crow spent it bumping up the dice. Remember, it's a hinder, so it's going to hinder Maria's roll, making it a 2 times 5 is a 10, making it a failure. Okay, so before we come back to you, Maria, to find out what happened there, Crow is obligated, Barton is obligated to do a reveal. So that Shadow of the Past, every time you spend a terror token, you have to do a reveal and give us one panel, one clue as to his horrible Shadow of the Past. Take it away, Barton.
All right.
Bartok.
I think... No. Let's not start
Bartleby.
this again. This is a running joke with the channel. If you don't get it, there's a reason. Okay. So I'm thinking the first panel is probably like underneath the bleachers in like a stadium. It's like mostly in shadow. And there's someone who's like clearly Barton, and then there's someone who's a lot more like waifish, like very more stereotypical nerd, like thick glasses and the pocket protector and everything. And he's like shoving a stack of papers like into the nerd's hands, and he's like, "Get it done or else."
Ooh, Barton the bully. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, bullying is bad. Grandpa Gould does not like bullying. Kill Barton immediately.
Him bully.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
And painfully, yeah. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Extreme prejudice.
So Maria, Oded failed this roll, and if I recall correctly, Oded was looking at the trying to figure out if this guy died of natural causes. Yeah. So tell me what you don't know. Tell me how this becomes a failure for you. Yep.
I'm looking to see if there's anything broken or if the skull's smashed, any limbs broken, and then I just get really distracted, like peeking through the gaps in the cart by what's under there. I think, oh shit, is that something cool underneath there? And then I go and I like knock the skeleton out of the cart and like an arm falls off or something. So climb under the cart because maybe there's something cool, and then the skeleton falls and breaks.
Nice going, egghead.
The head rolls over and
more
bumps against
priceless
Valeria's
artifacts destroyed. Excellent. All
I
right.
just thought there was something cool under the cart.
Yeah.
There was not.
All right, Crow, Maria, you guys can both have a terror token. Thank you very much. That was good. Our first reveal. So off to kind of to your right as you're facing the cart, we have this other door. We have plenty of artifacts. Jenna, what's Valeria thinking about?
She is cataloging all of the things. So she's kind of going through them, cataloging them, doing, mental math of how much money she's going to make.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Charlie.
Yeah.
Brendan.
Yeah. Barton's really kind of showed up Brendan here a couple of times in front of the rich ladies. But you have a dagger now, so that's good. And you have a mysterious necklace with weird symbols on it that I'm sure is going to come in beneficial at some point. There's nothing I'm going to say. Yeah.
Nothing bad could happen.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Are you gonna show him up and let him show you up in front of all these people, or are you going through that door, or what? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'll go through the door.
Yeah.
Come on, G.I. Joe, show us what you're made of.
All right. So Brendan's up at that next door, looking for a way in. The two Anubai statues are there. They're holding spears, ominously looking like they're going to protect the pharaoh from the interlopers. But instead, what's Brendan going to do?
Is this door does it look to be the same sort of size and weight as the first one we came through?
Yeah, it's very much like the other, like at least like the one you just came through, right? It's more like that. Yeah. So.
Okay. I will. I'll see if I can find some hidden lever or switch that will open this door.
Okay. Yeah, make a roll that you can justify to me. I don't care what it is.
I think the only thing that would really work here is... Well, actually, I want to, on the fly, create a new unfocused skill. Because I only listed one of those so far.
Yeah.
And, say I've been studying like hidden trick locks.
Okay.
Ooh, I have knowledge of hidden trick locks.
There you go.
Very specific.
Yeah. I couldn't think of a better way to phrase that, so.
I love it. Phrasing.
Yeah. Detect trap? No, I'm sorry, that's trademark. No,
it's hidden trick locks.
Hidden trick locks.
Hidden trick locks. Love
trick
it.
Locks. There you go. Well, security. I mean, it only makes sense, right?
He is a security guy.
Okay.
He's our emotional security guy.
I rolled a 5 and a 1, so 5 total, and my focus is 6.
Success. And I will tell you another little trick here. Focus rolls obviously can have multiple successes, right? And because we can get the 10, the 20, the 30s, an unfocused roll can also have up to 1 bonus of success if you ever make a focus roll and you make a 5 or higher, which of course is difficult to do unless you have so like if you have a 4 focus, it can't happen. But you got a 5, so you have 2 successes. 2 successes that you're going to tell me how you get through that door using that miraculous piece of education you got in public schools back in the States, and how you got through there, and
in the 50s or the 40s, no, definitely good.
The 1890s.
Strangely enough,
1890s, yeah, definitely.
Strangely enough, I learned these little tricks in wood shop.
Wood shop.
We made Chinese puzzle box.
I was about to say, you had one of those weird teachers who was missing like most of a hand.
Yes.
Let me show you how to make this. Yeah. Don't do this.
And I think behind, as I'm looking around behind one of the Anubis statues, there's a series of little sliding levers, and I managed to push them in the right pattern where the doors swing open.
Okay. Do you share that piece of information with anybody? How you open the door?
No, I don't think so. I think just do it and then wait for the doors to swing open and turn to look at the rest of the group and be like, what are you waiting for? Go.
Nice. Well, Crow.
Brendan, that was really useful of you. You should have helped us open the last door.
Yeah.
Last 2 doors, actually. I don't know why you suggested dynamite when you could do that.
Brendan is really showing you up, Barton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Valeria just gives him a pat on the arm or the shoulder, just good job.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right.
Yeah. Good himbo, golden retriever himbo.
I'm a himbo, but I'm not a golden retriever himbo.
What kind of himbo are you then? Like a Rottweiler? Like a Doberman?
No. Insinuating any breeds of dog. It's like I don't know, dolphin himbo. Looks
a
nice.
Dolphin himbo.
No, looks nice, but dolphins, when you really get down to it,
an
are kind
asshole.
of nasty. Yeah.
All right.
Good to know. All right. Note to say, I kissed a dolphin once. It was pretty pleasant. I mean, it's kind of slimy.
They do indeed seem very pleasant. And then they interact with other marine life and they become absolute nightmares.
Not all the time though. They adopt baby porpoises. that are orphaned, okay?
Aw.
So they are not all bad.
So you may have kissed the dolphin, but if you had let it get any further, you would have married this dolphin. She would have given you a run for your money. You would have she would have taken everything from you in the divorce. It would have ended.
It would have been,
and the child support would have been off the hook.
Yeah. Well, and we were in Mexico, so there would have been.
Oh gosh.
I mean, that would have complicated things worse.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. The terrible dolphin.
And then of course, she gets high on the pufferfish venom again, and it's just all downhill from there.
Oh yeah, she's definitely hitting the pufferfish venom super hard.
These are the kinds of conversations
dolphin cartels. They're rough. They're rough.
Cartels. You are totally
They're a big problem.
Yeah.
They swim in
I feel like you were made
shit,
for this channel, man.
You just roll with our weird shit.
You got the knack.
Yeah.
Well, Friendon, you are standing there. What comes up next? Oh, yes. Below you, just opening up there, as you hold, I guess you have a torch or a lantern or something, but as you hold it up, you see stone steps going down. Always a good sign.
Yes.
Always a good sign. Stone steps going down. Yes.
We need to go deeper.
Yes, absolutely. Is that the plan? Are you going to take the lead? Are you going?
Go deeper, Friendon.
I'll go as deep as I can.
I was just about to say that there's like a
terror
smirk.
token just for that, and yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's
I feel like I owe Brendan something too. Just
I'm gonna
take
the skull. Take the skull out of my way a little bit with loudly sigh and go through the door.
I love that Maria's the exasperated one on this.
Usually it's me.
Normally it's the other way around. Or Crow is the exasperated one. It's never me. I'm never the exasperated one. Nah.
I feel like behind, like as the other two are passing, Barton like outwardly looks grumpy. Then the second they pass, he's just like, no, I'm not in front anymore. I feel like he's got like the toolbox in one hand and he sees like the discarded skeleton arm and is just like, picks it up, puts it over his shoulders.
Okay.
We're all assholes.
Just like walking around with like toolbox in one hand. And just,
Dad
like,
is the only one that's a
arm,
halfway decent person. Maybe.
We don't know that.
Possibly. No,
Yeah, that's not for sure. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
And as I'm just following them down the staircase, just start whistling again, just like
whistling in silent movie.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Walking down the steps. You are first. Yeah. Yeah, that's in horror movies, the first and the last. Those are
two
the
worst
best
places to be.
Yeah, they're always the best.
I was playing it too safe up until now.
All right.
Well, now we've got a couple of cursed items under your belt, and quite
The
literally,
voices in my head are just urging me forward.
I love it. The voices in your head.
Voices in my head.
What are their names? I would like to meet them.
Beatrice and Scott.
Very funny.
Patricia.
You don't get to name my voices for me. Don't take away their autonomy.
What are we looking at here?
Well, yeah, there you go. So you come down the steps here, gang, and you open up onto the most miraculous thing you have ever seen in your entire life. It is this huge sarcophagus, this tomb, and and again, as you walk in, the skittering of creatures, into the shadows catches your attention, and your lights shine these odd dancing shadows across the scene. In the middle of the room is very definitely the sarcophagus, and on top it has a very stereotypical gold jewel encrusted that mummy cover, right, like the sarcophagus, that topping, and it's it's just encrusted in jewels and everything. But around it, you see. So in China, they have those terracotta armies that they bury with people. I don't know if you've ever seen it. There,
Yeah.
hundreds of statues. Apparently, the same thing happened in Egypt, and so these are sphinx-like creatures.
All the sphinxes.
Statues that are surrounding the sarcophagus there. You also see there's some the urns, the canopic jars, with the with what you assume
organs.
are the organs. But yeah, that's what is laid out before you there, Friendon. What do you think?
But there's no other treasure in here. It's just the sarcophagus and the statues and the.
Yeah, the most valuable. Again, always everything here has intrinsic, archaeological and historical value. But as far as shiny objects, the shiniest object is going to be the sarcophagus itself. It's got the mummy topper with the gold and jewels on it, and that's right in the center here. And then you do spot another door on the other side, so there's definitely something else going down there. But yes, definitely not a treasure room. Definitely here's where the pharaoh, the tomb, the mummy is.
All right, I'll probably just shout back to everyone else. I don't know how closely they're following behind. Just say, we got the body.
Is it buried?
I thought we already found
Technically,
one.
we're underground, so yes.
Well then perfect.
We're looking for one in a sarcophagus. So
Yeah.
not just some random skeleton.
Yeah, like the one in the cart.
Yeah.
There is a sarcophagus.
Oh, okay. Well, let's check it out.
Well, then how do you know there's a body?
Because there's usually bodies in sarcophaguses.
Usually. Then I feel like
That's
Brendan
usually...
points, but it's like with the skeleton hand.
You want to open it?
Be careful, please. There are valuable things in here.
Just a bunch of weird looking cats.
Oh.
Do you not like cats, Barton?
Those are sphinxes.
I like throwing rocks at them.
Sphinxes says what?
I don't know. Meow.
You guys are too young for that joke. Wayne's World.
Give me the crowbar.
All right.
So just Barton, you're gonna crowbar open the sarcophagus, Barton? All right.
I'm gonna look at the statues to see their worth while he's doing that. So.
Okay. All right. A little more inventory. Charlie, what's Friendon doing?
I want to go check out the door that would lead to the next room.
Okay. Real good. And Maria, Oded.
I'm gonna check out those jars. See if
yeah.
they say anything on them.
Yeah.
Probably
they have all kinds of great writing on them.
Indicate what's in there.
Yeah. Yeah. These are with a very simple translation. It's typical of what they would have on canopic jars. This is the heart. I don't know. The little sticky label, heart. Do not dispose.
Healing tape.
Yeah. May contain liver. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, those jars are definitely the what you would expect in a pharaoh's tomb. The sarcophagus got lots of inscriptions on it and things like that you notice as you're down there playing in the dirt and picking up these jars. There's and essentially it seems very similar to what you saw
outside.
Yeah. You might be able to pick up a few more things.
Before you start breaking this, I'm going to read it first. Don't break anything. And I'm going to start
You're gonna
Doing
translate
that.
it. You should
Yep.
make me a roll for that.
Hold the himbos back real quick. You know,
What's that?
we just gotta hold the himbos back.
Well, the one himbo, I'm at the door.
Oh god,
that's
math is
true.
not my strong suit.
Did you say translating was not your song suit? Was
No,
that
it is in the game, but math in real life is not.
Oh, okay. We can help. We're here to help.
18. I got a 6 and a
18.
3.
That is a success. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Anybody gonna change that?
Even if you did, my focus is a 6.
Okay, then we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of still want to spend the terror token, just because I know exactly how I would put this into the narrative.
Oh my god.
There's more times
You
to
are
spend
so
terror
dramatic.
tokens.
I want drama.
Do you have another
You are
63
the
page
most
backstory?
dramatic.
For this
You are
character?
on
Oh.
a show full of queers as the token straight guy, and you somehow are the most dramatic of all of us. I love it.
You can. It won't have any effect on their roll because we can't drop it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I know exactly what I would do in the narrative for this, so I think I'll go ahead and spend it.
okay, go ahead and spend it. You're fine with that. And
Easier to murder you later.
the other thing you can spend terror tokens for, guys, is of course to change the scene a little bit, to bribe the horror host. So think about that as you're presenting this. But go ahead, and then of course a reveal.
Well, first of all, I think this comes in the form of a distraction of Barton just being like, "Hey, Odette. Hey, Odette. Hey, Odette." And when you look over, he's got like the skeleton hand like up the nose of one of the sphinxes.
Oh my god!
This is what you spent the terror token on?
Yes.
You know what? Worth it.
She did that. It doesn't say anything terribly important. You know, this is Pharaoh tomb. Careful when lifting. Two-hand lift. Two-hand lift.
Lift with your
carry.
legs.
You can have a terror token, Maria, for the two-hand lift, okay?
It's a two-hand lift on the sarcophagus lid.
The hieroglyphics show the exact way you're supposed to squat and lift.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's important.
That's what this means on these fancy hieroglyphs. I think it's like a bird.
It's the tomb of the pharaoh Osha.
Oh, shit.
Oh, nicely done.
no.
And as for my reveal, I think it's basically like the same framing as the last panel, except this time the nerd has thrown the pile of homework back at Barton and is shouting, "Do it yourself."
Ooh. I think that might not end well for the nerd. I'm just thinking that, but that's okay. All right.
That's me.
So, Friendon,
Yeah.
the door.
Yep.
What do you think about the door there?
Since I've successfully opened one with some hidden locks, I would like to try and do the same with this
Try
one.
it again?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you know what? As a matter of fact, just go ahead. Go for it.
No, that is a 20
No.
total.
20 total. This super failure. Tell us what happened with that super failure. What does that look like?
I don't realistically know how this would happen, but I like to say as I'm fiddling around behind maybe I just offset it a little too much as I'm fiddling around behind one of the statues for the latches, I tip it over too far and it crashes down and falls in front of the door.
Oh, nice. All right.
Not my
Probably
fault.
breaks.
Not my fault this time.
Yeah. He's got the hand. Their fault. Their fault. Their fault.
I just cluck
all
my
right.
tongue
So
in
we got
annoyance.
another price artifact crash.
There's
Very good.
exasperated Charlie.
You guys all turn around at this crash, and there's Charlie trying to get through the door, or Friendon, and not going so well. Maria, tell me about Oded. So Oded's, looking over these jars. You're reading these hieroglyphs. Anything else going on with Oded at this point?
He's gonna stay back, still for a little bit further from the group. If we're going into the next room, they're gonna open the sarcophagus or whatever. He's gonna stay by the door.
Which door?
The door out.
The door out.
Presumably, it still goes out.
Okay. So far, yeah. Okay, so you're gonna kind of slither your way over back to the door. Okay, all right. And I think Barton then was going to crowbar open the sarcophagus. Is that what I understand?
Yep.
Excellent. All right, give me some sort of opening a sarcophagus roll.
All right. I think this pretty solidly falls under Brawn again. Oh, cock die. Sorry, hang on.
Sloppy dice, drink twice.
And now I just launched it off the desk.
Oh, now you gotta drink
Okay.
You gotta shotgun an entire beer. That's Wisconsin rules. We don't make them.
Malort.
Okay.
You gotta have some Malort.
Yeah.
That's a 12, a 4, and a 3.
Ooh.
Okay. Is that a success?
Yes, that would be a success.
Okay. Anybody gonna alter that at this point? Nope.
You're opening the sarcophagus, right? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yep. He is.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do it because I want to see what happens.
I want the dead guy to come to life.
Yeah. Tell me what happens there, Brendan. You
jam it in there. Just sort of.
2 hands.
More knees. Less leg. Less
Pivot.
back.
Pivot.
I
Engage
feel like
the
just to
thighs.
spite you, he like turns, puts one hand on the sarcophagus lid, and just like pushes it off.
All right. So
you scratched it.
Yeah.
Yep.
At this point, guys, I really think that protecting the valuables is not your forte. I'm just gonna go.
Well,
So,
none of us are archaeologists.
None of us are archaeologists.
Nope, we have no idea what we're doing.
No, none. The sarcophagus, you slide the lid, and it does it fall off?
Yeah, probably falls off.
Probably falls off. Okay,
shoves
falls
it
off,
off.
crushing the canopic jars that
Give a crap.
Yeah, and
Valeria's like, oh no!
there, behold, is a pharaoh, fabulously preserved, just as you would expect, all wrapped up, mummy-like, hands crossed across its chest, and it has a beautiful set of robes on, obviously pharaoh-like, and it has a beautiful necklace with a big scarab-like beetle that's encrusted in jewels on it. It is shiny and pretty, and
that one's for sure cursed.
and very beautiful.
Brendan.
And yeah, that's where it is.
That one's for sure cursed.
You don't know I have the other one.
No. That was Jenna.
So I feel like Barton sort of like does that at Oded, just like being sassy and all, but then he like sees the gleam of the gold and the firelight and is just like
Nice.
Hello.
Oded. Yeah, they have opened the sarcophagus, and you stand there looking from the stairwell. Anything else going on through your mind there?
I'm sure it's fine. I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't open that. I can't physically open it. I'm so weak and spindly.
You mean spineless?
Spindly.
Spineless?
It's the same thing.
Like a jellyfish.
Hmm.
Jellyfish don't have spines, right?
No,
No, they don't.
All right. So we have Valeria and Barton are there next to the sarcophagus, looking in at this beautifully preserved mummy.
What does how big is the necklace? Because Valeria might want to.
It's yeah. I mean,
So she can grab it. Like it's not like a huge not. whatever piece. Like it's so she's gonna grab that out of the
Of course she is.
It
Yes.
is so shiny and so pretty. She just wants it for herself.
Great. So she's going to rip the necklace right off.
Does your account still pay us if you don't make it back out of here? Questions.
Let's just go with no.
Okay.
Let's go with no on that.
I still give me credits.
Yep.
So yeah, she's gonna take the necklace. She's gonna gently unhook it. She's not a barbarian.
Right. Not like those other yahoos breaking shit left and right.
Himbo and him turn.
Him turn.
You should have him turn.
And as she does that, she's just gonna whisper, "It looks like he has mommy issues."
Okay. Maria, Oded, standing by the stairs there, there's kind of just been this constant whistling, as the desert storm picks up outside, and it, kind of makes its way through this tunnel now. So you kind of hear this just constant wind blowing sound behind you, which is up to this point been very reassuring almost.
Mm-hmm.
However, as Valeria delicately takes
she's not a barbarian.
I mean the scarab necklace from the mummy. You hear what you can only imagine is it's basically you hear one of those big heavy doors behind you seems to crash shut. And that previously comforting sound of the outside world, that wind that reminds you of the possibility of leaving, has now become very silent, and you especially, the chills run up and down your spine as you realize that it's now very deadly quiet here in the sarcophagus, except for these noisy bastards. So, yeah.
Which, is a lot of noise.
Yeah.
One of them's like picking the Sphinx's nose with like a dead guy's hand. Like,
yeah. Oh, how the tales have tuned.
You said that.
That was Maria.
Maria. Oh, you could have another terror token for that.
That was good.
I got so many terror tokens, guys.
We need to start killing each other.
Soon enough. We're about to start a cult to the mummy, okay?
That's right.
Well,
he's already touching cursed shit. It's fine.
Looks like that fancy necklace might be the only thing we get, because Mr. G.I. Doofus just blocked the other door.
Have you?
Oh, yeah. Friendon, he's kind of dissing you there. How do you feel about that?
I'll just say, well, there's always this, and I pull out that stick of dynamite.
Oh my god!
The surprise tool that will help us later.
And you made fun of me. Friendon is definitely one of those guys who would be like an apocalypse bunker dude.
Yes.
This is
really
almost
nice
like this. I mean, could you ask for a more apocalyptic bunker?
No, you can't.
The only thing missing here might be food, air, and water, but other than that, we've got everything else we can.
Depending on how fresh the tomb is, it may actually have that.
Yeah. So Frenzon's got a stick of dynamite. Barton's got a skeleton's arm. Valeria, you have a very beautiful, probably not cursed scarab necklace.
That's a coincidence that close.
Maria, you
Where's
have
Luluvel?
I don't know.
I got
what does Oded have here? What does Oded bring into the table here?
The only common sense of the party.
Yeah, some common sanity. A scarf.
A scarf.
Yeah, he had a scarf around his face.
The common sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, ominous music. Something's going to happen.
guess there's nothing for it.
Like it.
I'll fix your mess. Come over and start like trying to lift the statue back up.
Okay. All right, you put the statue back up. All right, Valeria, tell me what you're doing here. You're what are you standing there admiring the necklace?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. So
just like that, like just like pretty. And she's looking at it just to like see like if there's anything significant about it, because she does have some like knowledge on artifacts. So like, would she be able to make a roll to like, or can I make a roll to see if she knows what it is?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect. What could possibly go wrong with all that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I guarantee it.
Okay, so and this is unfocused, so I want below 4, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got more than that. I got a 9. So.
A 9. So yeah,
I don't know
really,
it's pretty.
Really pretty. It's so shiny. It's so shiny.
I'm gonna put it on just because I want to try.
You know, I think that's why.
I think it goes with my outfit. You know,
it does.
I'm gonna put it on.
Valeria, you don the necklace.
Yeah.
And I'll put something in the chat here in a second.
Perfect.
But you know, you don the necklace. You're standing there next to the mummy, and you know what? I think it's probably just time that we roll for some initiative. So let's talk about how that happens. Yeah. So the mummy, as you put it on, and as soon as you attach it, the mummy rises up and goes to lunge at you and grab you. So in D6 by D6, all defenses are automatic. Okay, so typically when we are hand-to-hand, we are using automatic. If you have a focused brawn or a focused will, that's an automatic defense against something hand-to-hand, you know, assuming that you can kind of dodge or absorb the blow. If we were being shot at or something else, we would use typically grace to try and get out of the way, or wits to avoid that bullet altogether. So do you have a focused brawn or a focused will?
Wits?
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope. Okay. So the mummy basically is going to attack you without any hindrances. So it's almost like you don't have any arm. Okay. So
okay, cool.
So the mummy is going to roll, and it's going to roll first. I don't know that you were expecting the mummy to come to life.
No, it was dead.
So
it's supposed to stay dead.
Yeah, it's going to roll, and it's going to come up and grab you unsuspectingly. It rolled a 5 and a 4 for a 20. So it absolutely can come up and grab you, and it does that. It grabs you and clutches you and begins to crush your throat with its grip. Now it had a 20. That is 3 successes. In D6 by D6, you're always rolling against your focus number, right? And because it caught you off guard, it did 3 points of damage. It is starting to strangle you. You're lifted up off the ground.
Oh, no.
Unless somebody wants to change that roll. But Maria, you instantly, Odette, because focused on this, you see this whole play out. Charlie and Crow, Brendan and Barton are focused on the statue, so you don't immediately see this. And of course, Valeria is, can barely speak, but
right.
Quickly choked to death. 3 points is a lot of points.
That is a lot of points.
It is a lot of points, and yeah, you have 6 points of damage. Are you unconscious or anything yet? I don't think you are. I think you might be wounded, though. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the mummy's got Valeria. grasp like this, Valeria is dangling on the other side of the sarcophagus. The mummy is still inside the sarcophagus, and it's struggling. Valeria, I'm gonna put you a little note here. 1 second. Loading.
Oh, I guess I never did tell you guys not to touch anything.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
Oh,
That's my bad.
my bad. Nice.
Whoops.
I mean,
Oh, no.
let me see.
I'm certain that was an innocent mistake.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Maria's tendency to subtly be like a subtle annoyance, you know?
No.
No.
You're into choking, right?
I mean,
You
my
are now.
urge was to just be like, what? I forgot the safe word, dude.
Don't you know mum's
Very
the
nice.
word?
Ah,
Oh, that's good. That's good. And I just terror tokens all around. Everybody gets one.
Because we're all horrible people.
You really are. Yeah.
all funny.
I shot you a little
Horribly
note
funny.
there, Valeria. But yeah, so Valeria is there. This gets your all of your attention, of course, as you hear Valeria gasp for breath and kick at the sarcophagus with their high heels. You know, try and
Yeah.
Paycheck. I'll go try and help her.
Shit.
You're gonna try and help
My
him?
paycheck.
I'll help
okay,
her.
what are you gonna do?
Miss
Um,
Moneybags.
Try and pry the mummy fingers off of her neck. Oh,
Okay.
well, no, wait. I saw her grab the necklace. I'm gonna take the necklace off of her.
Oh, you're gonna try and grab the necklace first.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So all three of us are gonna be in combat, so to speak. So
Love it.
decide what you're gonna use to do whatever you want to do. Remember, you're always rolling against your focus roll. So don't worry too much about the other person you're attacking or the creature or anything like that. You're just gonna say, I'm gonna use my grace or whatever to grab the necklace or whatever. Okay, so we're all gonna roll.
Yes.
All right. Now, great mechanic in D6 by D6. We have one roll to rule them all. That's trademark Lester Smith. But our roll is going to tell us the initiative order that we go in, whether or not we succeed at what we were trying to do, and damage if there is any. So the mummy is a success so far and has a 24. Valeria, what did Valeria get?
I got a 10.
Okay.
Yep.
So not going first.
No.
All right. And Maria, what did Odette get?
20.
A 20. Okay. So the mummy begins to squeeze harder. 24. That's 3 points of damage, Valeria, as it grips tightly against your neck. I don't know what happens to you at that point. You can let us know in a moment here. And as it squeezes your neck for 3 points of damage, anybody else want to change that? No? Okay.
No.
No? All right. Maria, what does Oded do? Oded's next in line, so I'm going to let you tell us what Oded does.
He's gonna try and like get the necklace off of her like quickly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. And you got a success, right? 3 successes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. No problem there. So, yeah, you are able to snatch that off without a problem. And Valeria, we now get to you, which may be too late, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Valeria?
I think she's a little dead.
Valeria's dead?
No.
Oh, no. How
Yeah.
horrible. Tell us what happened.
R.I.P.
I
Valeria.
don't know. I wanted to be a ghoul anyways, a valley ghoul.
What was that? Being a ghoul is a valid life choice?
I wanted to be a valley ghoul.
A valley ghoul. Oh, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Being a ghoul
All right.
is a valid life choice. I'm adding that to
Being
the
a ghoul
quotes
is
list.
valid, like,
You know, it really is.
it's a valid
wear
death
goofy
choice,
clothes
actually.
and green
But
makeup. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
something to be said there.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, look, you
The,
got a little skull by your head now.
Yeah.
so,
Nice.
what did you do?
If you look
on the
stream,
there's a skull.
Oh.
I added a little
Charlie
scroll
put a
next to
little,
Jenna.
I'm not
little
watching the
skull
stream, so
next
yeah.
to me because I'm dead.
Nice.
Mhm.
All right. So Valeria has gone on to join Grandpa Ghoul on the other side. Remember, death does not take you out of the game.
Oh yeah.
So here's how it works. Valeria, I'm going to give you a final chance here to to share your demise in all its glory. But how many terror tokens do you have left?
I have 4.
Okay. Anybody that dies gets to keep how many ever they have, or they get up to 3 if they don't have 3. So you have 4. Bonus for you. Now going forward, Valeria is going to be able to affect the story just as if they were a ghost. So you may, although you are not required, you're no longer burdened by those pesky dark desires or shadow of the past, but you may, if you want, use the reveals. Most people still choose to use the reveals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just because it's fun. So you can spend your terror tokens to affect anybody here. And again, everybody can affect anybody. There's no, you don't have to be in contact or combat. And so Valeria can now basically screw you all, basically. It's really
which was goals anyways, right?
It's true, yeah.
She was our employer, so she's been doing it this whole time.
Tell us how you die at the in all its glory. Tell us.
I imagine she starts to turn like blue and is like trying to like claw at him, and then he just like pops her head off.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
Just shoots off like
and it just rolls down the stairs.
Like a dandelion.
We're in that kind of horror movie.
So Oded finds this this head rolls up to Oded's feet, and there you are, Oded. And the mummy has now dropped because it doesn't have anything to hold on to. Valeria's body, and it's crumpled to the ground in the dirt. It's as it falls, it smashes against the sarcophagus side and then falls over, and it's just bleeding out everywhere. And the mummy turns to look at you, Maria, and tell me. So you have this sarcophagus or the scarabus necklace jewel here. What are you doing with it? I mean, you have it at this point, but what are you doing with it then?
Throw it at the mummy and shout, "Run!"
Okay, you're gonna throw it at the mummy and shout, "Run!"
Run!
Fabulous. Are you going to run? Indeed, try and run?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, where are you going to try and run? Just out of curiosity.
Behind one of the strong, strapping young men.
Oh, okay. At that other door, then.
Yep.
All right.
To the other door.
All right. Charlie and Crow, tell me what your protagonists are doing there. They've just seen Valeria hideously killed, not to mention a mummy come to life. Mm-hmm. Maria has this scarab now, which they snatched off of Valeria, and Oded is hiding behind you two. Yeah. Charlie, tell us what's going on with friend.
I think I just grab Oded's arm and be like, "Go to the stairs, dumbass," and shove him like toward the stairs.
He's a helpful asshole himbo.
like across in the other room stairs? Because we haven't opened this door yet, right?
Yeah, the stairs that led down into the room, because that's really our only viable exit right now.
Yeah, that is true. Yep.
Yeah. So
I forgot
again,
about those stairs.
Apparently Charlie is advising you, or Brendan is advising you to run past the mummy again to get away. Okay.
It's old. It shouldn't. It's probably not very fast.
Not that fast.
It doesn't have any muscles.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not fast. Not like 28 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those. No, thank you.
No, not like that. I'm sure it can't be like that.
No, not at all. Like Walking Dead zombies. It's fine.
Yeah, that's no fun. Crow, what is Barton doing here?
Holy shit! I think Barton fully panics and is just desperately trying to get through the door that he was in front of.
Okay, so you're
Get
gonna try and open
away.
that door?
Yep.
How you gonna do that?
I think I probably still have the crowbar nearby,
yeah,
so I
as
probably
far
just
as I
like
know,
jam
yeah.
it in and just like frantically try to squeeze my way through the door.
All right, make a roll. I'll tell you what, for you and to get a one-person fit through that door with a crowbar, you only need one success.
All right.
For
That would
one person.
make an opening just wide enough for scrawny Barton, the college kid, to fit through, and maybe nobody else. You know,
College linebacker.
Oh,
Scrawny.
is he the linebacker? Oh
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
scrawny.
Never
Odette's
mind.
the scrawny one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with Braun, I got a 12 there, so that is a success.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
did you
Two
roll?
and-
I was gonna say,
2
what'd
and
you
a
roll?
6.
Your focus is 6.
Mm-hmm.
An unchangeable roll.
Dang.
Ooh, you
Can't get me this
Hey.
time, Karma.
All right. You pry it open enough that you could easily slip through quickly.
Yep, and I'm gone.
Okay, you're into the darkness of the next whatever it is. All right,
Yep.
Charlie. Barton has pried open the door very quickly, much better than you did. I'm going to point out, and slid into the door. You have one frantic Odette, clinging practically to you, and as you try and knock some sense into them. But
Well,
yeah.
would Odette listen to me if I shove you towards the stairs?
That is the way out, so.
That is the way out.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna give Odette a shove,
Yep. Well,
kind of towards the direction of the stairs, which is also towards the direction of the mummy.
yeah. And-
Okay. All right.
As I really just want to get Odette to look away from me, because what I
Okay.
really want to
Fucking
do
dynamite.
is
Okay.
light the stick of dynamite
God
and
damn
toss
it,
it through
Charlie.
the door after Barton.
Oh,
Oh no!
So, all right, Charlie, tell me what you're gonna roll. What is and first of all, this is beautiful. I just want to sing your high praise on the beauty of this plan. Grandpa Ghoul highly approves. And tell me what you're gonna roll to blow up your friend.
you motherfucker.
Would dynamite technically fall under firearms?
Yes, dynamite definitely gives you a benefit to your roll. Mhm.
Okay.
Mr. Crow, do you happen to have a focused grace or wits?
Nope on both.
Nope on both. Oh, so doesn't even get an automatic defense. So yeah, you just get a benefit to your roll because of that dynamite, and yeah.
Okay. So like a benefit to the roll, and then this would probably be, look, grace.
Yeah, you could even use your soldier. I mean, just about anything
Oh,
at the
okay.
soldier, grace, throwing, any skill or
Yeah, I'll do my vocation then, my like higher muscle security.
yeah.
Oh, cool. So does vocation count as focused or?
Yes,
Yes,
a vocation, super skill focused. Yep.
That's a 30.
Oh.
A 30.
Oh, Jesus.
What did you roll,
I rolled
Charlie?
a 6 and a 5.
A 6 and a 5. Would anybody like to terror token that? You can. You can gang up on him. Every person can spend up to 3.
Yes, I want
Yeah.
a terror token.
Oh damn.
How many?
I'll put 2 in.
Okay, so that 5,
I'll put 1 in.
6, 7. 7 times 6 is 42. That's 5 points of damage.
Yeah.
And you're going to put 1 in, Maria?
Yep.
All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Is that what we got? We have 3 terror tokens spent.
Yeah,
Valeria
I
spent
spent
2?
1.
Yep.
And Maria spent 1, so that's 8 times 6 is 48. Oh, so close. That's 5 still. He would be unconscious.
Oh.
That's fine.
I probably
fine.
compromised the structural integrity.
Yeah.
You might have, yeah. You can tell me all about that.
Just
Is that what we're doing?
unconscious in a mummy tomb.
Mm-hmm.
All
Very
right,
potentially caved in.
great.
Yeah, cool.
So, Charlie and Valeria and Charlie
Valeria and Odette.
Maria and
Yeah,
Odette and
Odette,
Valeria and Brendan, tell me what this scene looks like as you pretty much blow up your friend.
I
Charlie, you
imagine.
start. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I shove Oded towards the stairs just to get a little bit of cover so he doesn't see exactly what I'm doing, and then I pull out the stick of dynamite, snip the fuse down so it's very short, light it, and then toss it through the doorway and start to follow Oded. So there's just, I probably get a handful of steps before there's a big explosion.
Sweet. And Valeria and Maria, you tossed in some there too. Tell me kind of, you can fill in some blanks here for us.
He pushes Oded. I just make, oh yeah, duh, the stairs are that way. Make a break for the stairs, stumble a little bit, fall up them. And there's a big explosion and some shaking and whoops.
Earthquake!
Oops.
Obviously,
Pharaoh
it was an
mummy
earthquake.
curse.
All right. And Valeria, anything to add? Plus, we got reveals to do yet, so that'll be
No,
good.
I imagine that, like, at this point, and I don't know what your feelings are on this, but like Valeria has like come back to life, grabbing the scarab, like like the necklace that was thrown back at the body, and like puts her head back on, but it's slightly crooked, just like to be extra creepy, because I want her to be a valley ghoul.
Okay.
And that's what's happening behind the scenes.
So. Maria, Odette had thrown the necklace back. Is that? Oh,
Yeah, I threw it at the mummy.
that's right.
It
Okay.
just yelled.
Mhm.
So, all right. Well, now you see your friend Valeria apparently get back up from the dead. Fabulous. I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that.
I love it. I just
Yeah,
want her to
give
be
me
cursed.
Curse.
Mhm.
give me 2 reveals. You spent 2
Yeah.
terror tokens, so
Mhm.
give me 2 reveals. Pamela,
So
Valeria.
the first panel is you see there are like 20 plus people in the woods around a fire, and we're all chanting and holding hands, and they are yelling Valeria, Valeria, Valeria. So that's
All right.
panel 1. And then panel 2, people are like bowing down to her, and then everybody is making toasts. And
Oh, like drink toasts.
Mhm.
not
Yeah,
like peanut
yeah,
butter
with-
toast,
with-
my
Toast,
favorite.
toast.
yeah, with wine or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And they're offering her all of their worldly possessions.
All right. Nice.
Shadows of a past cult.
Yes.
Sounds pretty culty to me.
Yeah, it might be a cult. I don't know.
This one might be a cult. This one might be a cult.
Maria knows a cult when she sees a cult.
I know a cult when I've seen a cult. I've seen a lot of true
accidentally
crime.
ended up in.
What does Odette do? Odette is kind of rushing up the stairs.
Yeah,
with
I'm rushing up the stairs.
His friend comes to life, and
Benefactor.
benefactor. Yeah.
Employer.
You have a reveal to do at some point here.
I do have
Oh, yes,
a reveal.
we need a reveal. Yeah.
My
Yes.
first panel is just Oded and another guy standing outside of an office, and the other guy's got his hand on his shoulder. Excuse me, focus, thank you. And says, "Better luck on the next excursion."
Okay. Mr. Crow, you are at 5 points there, unconscious. I guess I'll let you at this point. There's obviously, there's a mummy that could come and do a coup de grace, but it seems like you're kind of buried in the
Mummy's a little busy.
in the rubble there. Yeah, the mummy's coming for you guys. Anyhow, you're unconscious there. Anything you would like to do to move your story forward there at all?
I have. Okay. Maybe this is a little too much controlling the game, but I have a thought as to how I will ultimately die.
Okay.
I've already planned out my death. I didn't really plan my life so well, but the death. I planned
the point of this game?
You only get one shot at that usually.
Life is what you do to get by, but death is how you
It's got to be good.
It's got to be good.
Frequently no takebacks. So
yeah, right?
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You can jump in or whatever whenever you see fit. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
I will go ahead and add one more panel to my story here, I guess, if you're leaving the floor open.
Yeah.
Per your guess, it is Barton on top of the nerd, beating the ever-loving crap out of him with, like, bloody fists.
Nice. Barton the bully. Now he's going to get
that makes sense. All the alliterations tonight, yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So, this mummy, it seems very focused on Oded. And it kind of steps out of its sarcophagus, one large wrapped up foot at a time, a lot less sexy than, somebody getting out of the tub, but just imagine that. And it begins its stomp towards you. Oddly enough, Valeria's semi-headless body kind of falls in line behind it. And Valeria, I would just say that, did I put that in a note to you? I did. Yeah. You have that necklace on again, don't you? All right. Yeah, I'm just pointing that out. Up the steps, this mummy is coming at you. It's kind of it will follows at this point, right? But you suspect that there's maybe not very many places for you to go. Also, you don't recall. I mean, you remember hearing what sounded like a door slamming. There were 2 doors left between you and escape. You're not sure which of those, if it's the one at the top of the stairs or the one out in the past the cart room at this point. I guess we'll have to figure that out. But yeah. So Maria, I guess I'll leave that with you then. What is Oded doing as it's running away from these 2 creatures?
I'm gonna push the cart at them, hopefully buying me some.
So
time.
Just before you get there, you think you got all the way past the door that was here? I just want to run that by everybody else. So Oded says, I'm getting to the top of the stairs and into that foyer room, and that door was all closed. Everybody good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right. So you have a cart, and you're going to push the cart.
I'm going to push the cart down the stairs at them.
Down the stairs at the mummy? All right. Give me some sort of strength roll.
Okay.
Also, recall that I think somebody asked me if it could fit in and out of a door.
Oh, yeah, it can't. Well, I don't know that.
This one might be a little bit smaller than the other doors. So
that's okay.
There's also the fact that Brendan is presumably also coming up the stairs behind you. So
I don't know.
I have guns.
I rolled really well, which isn't good because Brawn is my dump step.
Oh. So you failed really well.
Yeah, I failed really good with a 5 and a 6. It's 30.
Nice. So what happens?
I just push the cart and I slip on the dust and fall face first.
Nice.
It's like Looney Tunes style, just like
Yep. The Scooby-Doo scenes.
Okay.
Yes.
That didn't go.
So the mummy continues up the steps towards you. Valeria's dead body, are you following along, or is your attention otherwise?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's daddy.
Right. Sugar daddy.
He's got a lot of gold in this tomb, right?
It is. It is true. I mean, hey, you guys could have a fabulous undead life together.
Oh my gosh, totally.
And
if he eats all these guys, he'll have like a really nice body like Barton, and a really nice face like Brendan, and a really nice brain like Odin. Like,
yeah, very nice.
Odin's bar in the jar.
Yeah,
the brain in the jar.
A mummy sugar daddy is definitely a concept from World of Darkness. I will 100% be stealing it.
There you go. It puts the brains in the jars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. So, Charlie, tell us what's up with Brendan, way in the back, and Crow, tell us what's up with Barton too. There, you guys are kind of left in the back there.
Yeah.
The crypt is quiet, kind of, and very dark without many. I think you probably have one torch left there, Charlie.
Okay. Well, I want to wait and see if what the mummy and Valeria's undead body do to Oded. I'll let him handle them, and maybe either find somewhere I could hide near the stairs and wait for them to come back down, or maybe there's a secret passage somewhere in here.
Okay. Well, you could go down the way that Barton went too. I mean, nobody's kind of gone down that way yet. But you could look for secret passages too. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm kind
so
of
let's do this.
That I
what's
caved.
that?
I'm sort of just assuming that I caved in the next room. So
I don't think you hear any Barton at this point, so it's possible. Yeah. Valeria and Oded. Let's do this. The mummy coming up the steps at your failed attempt to block it, Maria. It literally just, old school mummy movie kind of thing, throws the cart aside, mindless smashing. And how about the three of us all make some combat rolls? So let's all roll for combat, Valeria and Oded and the mummy.
I'm just gonna rev up my tokens here.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Same. I got 4 to spend.
What's that?
15.
Ooh, the mummy got a 16. Valeria?
I got a 25.
And everybody's rolling a focus roll, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
yep, because I got 5 and 5.
Yep. So currently Valeria goes first, and if you were attacking Maria, it would do some damage, but or Oded. So tell me what's happening. You get to go first.
Yeah. So she's just gonna I imagine she has like a really nice like knife or something in like a thigh sheath, and she's just going to. Of course
she does.
Yeah. No, it's like and it's very like Jennifer's body right now, and she's going to attack Oded.
Nice. All right, and you attacked, and you did.
You're killing people.
How much damage did you get? What did you get?
To attack, I got a 15.
All right.
Oh God.
So Maria, does Oded have? They're coming at you with a weapon. So remember your bonus for the weapon, Valeria.
Oh shit!
Wash,
right? I actually am proficient. Like one of my skills is knives too.
Oh, okay.
Focus
so
skills.
it's still a focus roll though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just remember, you get a plus for having the weapon. So your lowest die gets a 1 pip boost in this case because it's a focus number.
Okay. So then it's a 20.
And then Maria Oded would typically have either brawn or will to defend against that. Are either of those focus?
No.
No. Okay. So your roll stands as it is, Valeria, with the bonus. So that was a total of?
Oh, 20.
20. All right. So 3 points of damage to Oded.
Mm-hmm.
I think
makes me wounded.
Wounded. Okay. So now wounded, the wounded and the next 2 levels, wounded and what's the next one after that, guys? Crippled. Have some penalties attached to them. So you have a 1 point penalty, Maria. Mm-hmm. So that's going to affect your immediate roll here, by the way. So your immediate roll is going to get knocked down.
Now a 10.
A 10.
Yep.
Okay. And the mummy has a 16. So the mummy is going to attack now. And it is just literally going to do a bash, just hit you. It's going to do 2 points of damage unless somebody has, wants to spend a terror token or something.
I would like to.
You would like to? I would like you to. All right. That brings my roll from a 4x4 to a 5x4, which is a 20, which is 3 points of damage, which I think is enough to kill her. Kill Oded.
Yeah,
kill
that
him.
kills me.
Yes. All right. All right. So the mummy comes up the stairs, and Valeria stabs you, right, with your fancy knife.
Yes.
The sheath knife, and the mummy bashes you to a pulp, leaving a bloodied and beaten and stabbed Oded on the floor. Charlie spent a terror token. We need to have a reveal about your character. Have you revealed anything yet?
No, this will be the first
one. You guys
one.
have been very frugal with the terror tokens.
We have been.
So
we were saving them for the end.
We were saving them for this point when we're all at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
I was gonna say Jenna was frozen. It was a funny frozen, so I'm gonna screen cap it. Hopefully that took.
That's
nice.
Gonna be messed up for a while, so I'm just gonna. It's fine.
Hold for a second.
Anyway, so my first panel for Brendan is we see him walking down the street in a very fancy suit, and he goes to adjust his cufflinks, and you can see there's a little blood stain on one of the white cuffs of his shirt.
Very nice.
Salvador vibes.
Very nice. We'll wait for Jenna to come back for a sec.
I mean, we haven't taken a break yet. Do we want to?
Oh yeah, because we are. I didn't even think about it, so that was
the
good.
Exciting conclusion. It's time to cut to commercial.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Let's cut to a commercial. Come back and then we'll wrap things up. Yeah, that'd be great.
Sure.
What's our break?
Well, yeah, 10 minutes. So
yeah,
10 minutes
in a little bit, but hopefully Jenna rejoins us. James, if you would like to continue to kill us.
Please continue killing us.
We want to keep going?
Yeah.
Yes.
Finish this up.
All right. Okay, so we were at this point, just to recap, our intrepid explorers. We can't call you archaeologists because
we're not.
We are not
archaeological dig team. But anyhow,
archaeologists.
Yeah.
Have eye boogers.
So let's see. We have Maria's character Oded, who is now dead.
Yes.
Oded the Dead, who made it to the top of the stairs.
Predicted my own death.
To the top of the stairs there, but was killed by undead Valeria and the mummy. And then we have Barton, who may be blown to bits in the stairwell leading down to another room, which we're not sure what's up with that.
Fucking Barnaby.
I know, right? And then we have Frendon, who blew up Barton, and you are...
Good riddance.
Where are you? You're headed where now? You're headed up the stairs too now?
No, I was either looking for a place to hide if...
That's right.
Valeria and the mummy came back down, or trying to find a secret passageway out of here.
Yeah, okay. Well, you don't find a secret passageway, I can tell you that.
Okay.
It seems that your only means of escape are up the stairs, where you can hear the screams of Oded at this point in time, and then they stop suddenly. You assume that Oded is dead. Or you can squeeze your way down the rubble-filled steps and potentially over Barton's body, maybe. But yeah, you immediately don't see any escape.
Okay. Well, darn. That I think that. Up or down? Up or down?
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Hello.
I'm dead.
You are?
Yeah, you killed me.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You and the mummy.
That was nice.
With your leg knife, and the mummy with, it's big bashing.
Mumminess.
Yeah.
Now we can be best friends forever.
Yes. We really have just Frendon and potentially Barton left, still amongst the living, and Frendon is frantically trying to figure out how to free themselves. Was that enough F alliterations there? Did I do okay?
I like it. I like it.
So, what's happening there, Charlie?
Okay.
Can't get my face in the skull holes.
Well, do you want me to put it over your face? I can put it over.
No,
your
it's
face.
fine. It's fine.
I think
I can get Blondie in there.
Blondie in the skull hole. Oh, look. Oh, Blondie, it's a blobcat. Blondie
over
has
here now.
no head.
She's just a skull.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're happy. You're so purr.
I'll use
So much
squeeze through. I'll make things interesting. I'll give Barton a chance to get back at me.
Yeah.
You?
I will squeeze through the door that he went down.
Okay.
See if I can make an escape.
All right. So you head down past the rubble, and you have your, I guess, your single torch left. And as you do, well, I don't know, Crow, does Frendon find Barton's body amongst the rubble there just yet? I don't know if Barton was just unconscious for a moment or mortally wounded. So you tell me.
Technically speaking, I was knocked out.
Yeah.
So my thought process is that I was like starting my way down the stairs, and then the explosion happened, and I just got like tumbled. So like almost like Family Guy, just like collapsed on the floor style, probably at the bottom of the stairs, is a very injured, very knocked out Barton right now.
Okay.
It's probably just like a scattering of tools from like the toolbox that just got like completely smashed open.
So you're sticking with I'm unconscious at the bottom of the stairs. All right.
Yep.
That's
so
where you want to be.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. For extra good measure, I'll pull out the jeweled dagger I found earlier and stab you in the
The
neck.
super
No,
Blondie. That's my terror
really?
token tracker.
Very nice.
Make sure you're dead.
So you come across his body and
Gotta make
That's
sure I
it.
finish the job.
finish the job. All right.
The super curse
so-
dagger.
Frendon does not leave any jobs undone.
I don't.
Brendan was not a friend.
As his name may have suggested.
Coup de grace for Mr. Crow's character, Barton. Barton is
Barton.
now amongst the dead. If you don't have 3 terror tokens, you do now. If you have any extra,
Okay,
you
one
can
more.
keep them. So, all right. Well, Charlie, you hear behind you the shuffling of feet. Maybe feet, and then maybe ragged, wrapped feet, and then maybe some high-heeled coming through the tomb.
It's not
towards
concerning.
you.
Click, click,
but,
click.
Your torch, however, as you move past the body and wipe the knife off on your clothing, or his clothing probably, and go down, your light lights up this room, and you find there the actual treasure room, and the light is almost too brilliant. There's that much gold and treasure here. And one of the things that I love about Tales from the Terror Tomb is at the end of every episode, every story, there was always a final panel where we kind of drew back and we got to summarize what was going on in that panel. And Charlie, unless you object or anybody objects or has something better, I'll gladly share that final panel with you and your demise, unless you have something else left here that you'd like to do.
I think just weave this in how you will, but since I am still armed to the teeth, I do pull out my guns and we'll try and
Blaze of glory.
go out
Blaze
in a
of
blaze
glory?
of glory and take down
It's
these
I Am
undead
Legend style.
attackers.
Awesome. So how about this as your torch illuminates this room. There's so much gold and treasure here. It's almost blinding. The light is magnified tenfold, and you think to yourself, "Oh my gosh, this is it." And of course, behind you, you hear the shuffling of 8 pairs of feet behind you. As
One that's
the mummy,
clicking heels and then
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
Not
mummy-
pictured because we're on Twitch.
Not
Not pictured because we're on Twitch.
Hashtag no feet.
Yeah.
No
Oh
feet for
yes, no
free.
feet. Right. Weird. I mean, I like feet. I'm not opposed to feet, but yeah, what a weird thing to ban. Anyhow, so yeah, let's all roll for initiative, shall we? All 5 of us,
Yeah.
or 6 of us. How many of us are 2, 4, 5, 6? And I'll roll for the mummy. So, Charlie, you can have a bonus for your weapons. We'll
Okay.
give you that. All right. The mummy's got a 20.
25.
Those heels were really keeping me behind.
What's that? These heels.
I got a 5. So the heels were really not practical for a tomb, you know?
I think
All
somebody
right.
stepped on me because I got a 4.
One of your legs is broken, so it's just you're dragging it behind you.
Is that a fail?
18.
What's that?
I got an 18.
18. All right. Well, Charlie, you get to go first. You have a 25, and you're going to what are you going to do? Unload? Are you gonna? Yeah. Tell us about this. What's apparently going to be a blaze of glory here.
Can
I
I?
feel.
So I know I said I had a stick of dynamite earlier. Can I have a grenade?
Grenade! Don't give Charlie grenades. Nothing could possibly go right.
Charlie, do you have any terror tokens left?
I have 3.
All right. For a terror token, for 2 terror tokens, I will give you a grenade.
All right, I'll spend that.
All right.
Charlie's like, worth it.
Okay. So what are you gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do? Is light off the grenade?
Yeah, I will. I've got a gun in one hand. Already trying to fire some very focused shots. And then I pull out the grenade, pull out the pin with my teeth, and toss it into the midst of them because I want it. I feel like if I can blow them up enough, they won't be able to come after me anymore.
Okay. Charlie is going to do 3 points of damage to somebody. So you folks with terror tokens here, I guess at this point we have Charlie going first with a 25. We have the mummy next with a 20, a 4 and a 5. Remember, you can't spend the terror tokens to help yourself, but you can certainly help it to the detriment of somebody else.
I'll throw my last 2 terror tokens on that.
Yeah, what would you like to spend them on? Who are you going to spend them on, the mummy or one of your friends here?
Obviously, I would like to lower Charlie's roll. Wait.
You could do that. Yes, you could.
Okay, I'd like to lower Charlie's roll then.
All right, so you're going to spend 2 terror tokens. Charlie, what does that make your roll?
A 15.
Bumps you down quite a bit.
15? All right.
Yeah, 15. I rolled 2 5s. So that brings
Got
me
it.
That
down
grenade
to a
wasn't
3.
as potent as you thought, Brendan.
All right, I'm okay with that, girl.
Show
So
my grenade
that would
manufacturer
make the
slide.
mummy go first. Yeah.
Yep. No grenade.
All right. As you're chucking the grenade, then the mummy comes up and grabs you. For 3 points of damage, it squeezes you, crushes you, and I don't know, what does 3 points of damage do to our friend Friendon?
I mean, that puts me at wounded. So that's the first damage I've taken.
That's the first damage you were taken. So wounded. Anybody else? Probably the last chance to spend a terror token.
I'll
Yeah.
throw
Blow 'em
2
all. I'm
tokens
killing
in there.
Brendan, man.
About to
Go
say,
to
just
win?
chuck them all.
All
If
of them.
Maria spends 2 on the mummy will crush Charlie's neck because it's going to do 3, 4, 4 points of damage, so definitely going to bring them down to a. Oh, and we had the other one, so that puts you
Yes.
at 5, unconscious, ready for that neck snapping. So. Okay, the mummy grabs, and Charlie, tell me what happens with that grenade that you pulled the pin out of as the mummy chokes you to death.
I would get
He's a choker.
one last. So I think he grabs me by the neck, like after I pull out the pin, and like I bring my arm back to throw it, but I get grabbed before I can actually launch it. And as I'm getting the life force choked out of me, I grin, and between my teeth is still the pin, which falls, and then this grenade, like, I think I make one last weak effort and bring it up and just like shove it against the mummy's face.
Mummy?
I lightly caress his face with the grenade. It's awkward for all of us.
I give him a nice grenade facial.
That sounds dirty.
Okay.
That was meant to sound dirty.
But you know what? Don't show any feet on the channel, because that's pushing it.
Yes.
So
hell?
Charlie blows their last load on the mummy,
My one and only.
and there we go. See, we don't even have to do a last panel. The last panel is literally
Stops making. Yeah.
the last panel is the sandstorm that literally buries the encampment and the entrance to the tomb once again, never to be opened again for hundreds of years, and you all live or die happily ever after, apparently. Having
Yes.
kicked each other off.
As you do.
Right.
Tormenting each other for all eternity. Hang on. I gotta.
Oh, very good.
All
There we
you
go.
guys can
Like
hear
the,
coming behind you is the click of heels, like for all of eternity. It's just click, 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 click.
It's like the murder house in American Horror Story. Ah, man, not another one in the tomb, you know.
I feel like there's
Oh.
one escapee. Just a little
So,
skeletal hand comes crawling out of the sand.
It's just the right hand from
Well, that was good. So, Charlie, let's, you only got one panel. Let's go through, if you don't mind. I'd like to share
Yeah.
everybody's, you go through and share your dark desire in your panels for us. So run through the panels, or your shadow, and then tell us what your dark desire was, what your specific goal for the game was. So Charlie, if you would start for us, tell us about Brendan's, give us his panels, scene by scene to the end, and then tell us what his dark desire was.
Okay. Yeah, so we started out with him in a very fancy suit walking down the street, and as he adjusts the cuffs of his dress shirt, we catch sight of a little blood stain on one of the cuffs. He turns down a sidewalk and walks up to a very nice house. There are 2 men guarding the front door. They let him in, and he walks to a sitting room where there's another man in a very finely dressed suit drinking a glass of brandy. And Brendan puts his hands behind his back and says, "The job's finished, boss." Nods and takes a little sip. "Good work. I'll have your next assignment in the morning." And Brendan says, "Actually, I'd like to request a leave of absence." And then he, the man on the couch looks confused, and Brendan pulls out a gun and starts unloading on everyone in the room.
Oh, nice.
So if it wasn't obvious, Brendan was a hitman in the mafia who then turned on the family that trusted him and murdered everyone.
Nice.
Now he escaped to Egypt.
I love it.
I love it.
Like
And-
witness protection. Nowhere safer could you be than in this tomb of terror.
That's
Forever.
true.
And his dark desire was to steal as many of the valuable goods as he could and sell them on the black market.
Nice. Very good. All right. Thank you. Very nice. Nicely done. Mr. Crow, tell us a little bit about Barton. Go through their shadow of the past, and tell us about your dark desire.
All right. Well, we already saw a couple panels. The trying to force a nerd to do homework, him rejecting it, and then Barton beating the hell out of him. I think next panel would be like Barton sort of like kneeling over him, hands covered in blood, and just like nerds not moving. And then from off panel, someone screams, "Tommy!" And it sort of like cuts to sort of like, I think in like film terms, so it's sort of like a shot reverse shot where it's like Barton covered in shadow and blood, and there's a woman on the bleachers looking down at what just happened. And then she turns to run, and he like comes up and grabs her leg and like pulls her back, and like the last panel is her screaming as she's just dragged into the darkness.
Wow. Anything for an A. Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
no, he really went the distance for those grades.
Yeah, yeah. What was his dark desire?
Dark desire was to get rich and famous with as little work as possible.
Got a slave for the A.
Interesting, yeah.
Slay for the A. Oh, very nice. I love it. I'd give you a terror token if I had one left.
Yeah.
I mean, I
A play
technically
for
still
the
have one.
I love it.
Maria, tell us about Oded. What was Oded's shadows and?
It started with him and someone else in front of in a university hallway. The guy's hand on his shoulder saying, "Better luck on the next excursion." Next panel, Oded says, "Why don't you come to dinner to celebrate?" And then the next panel is a leg of lamb on a counter in an apartment. Our fourth panel is Oded with the leg of lamb.
Leg of lamb.
Charlie, God. Have you ever seen Alfred Hitchcock Presents?
I was about to say, I think I know where this is going.
Uh-huh. And our next one, Oded is beating the other guy to death with the leg of lamb.
Ooh.
Nice.
Before dumping the body in a river and
Why did he beat
accepting
him
the excursion because the other guy went missing.
Oh, nasty.
Oh. Gotcha.
He wanted
Competition.
prestige and money of getting published and being involved in some fancy archaeological dig.
Very cool.
Simple man with simple goals.
Yeah. How'd
We
that
all
work?
just want to get rich.
Well, he
just
killed the
wanna
guy and got
be
away with it, so
rock
that's
That's
I mean,
true,
what kind
yeah.
of we basically made the villains from the Brendan Fraser Mummy movie is what we did.
Yeah, basically.
Nobody made Benny.
Uh,
I could have been Benny.
well, Valeria, Jenna,
All
tell
right.
us all
Yeah,
about
what was going on with you?
The end panel is well, there's like two acts. So as everybody's doing a toast and drinking, Valeria pours the glass over the side of her shoulder, like and just pretending to drink, and then slowly one person starts choking and
Kool-Aid
then
is
foaming
those
at the
bitches.
mouth, and then the next person, and then the next person, and then the next person, and she's just pan over to her with grabbing a duffel bag from under what some brush or something, and then like putting all the money in the bag.
Very nice.
And then leaving and making it look like there was a mass suicide.
Kool-Aid
She just
cult.
poisoned them all. Yeah.
I do believe all
Jonestown.
4 of us were murderers.
And dark
Us.
desire?
Yeah.
was
Her
that?
dark desire was adoration, but her cult got a little too clingy, so she had to off them. Start new.
Hey, just warning you guys here in the troop. Just don't get too clingy.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
serious.
We are a hive mind, so we've kind of already surpassed that.
Well, we already have that.
My connection's a little iffy, which is why I'm kind of the odd man out. I got sort of a bum connector.
Well.
It's
Okay,
that
we'll send you a
conscience that he
replacement.
still has. He still has a conscience, so
All of this does fit on a
fermenting.
sticky note, by the way.
yeah,
Sticky
which
note
it
pass.
means it passes our test of does it fit on a sticky note.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
game.
was about to say,
I'm
I was
sorry.
able
What's the
to-
test?
The sticky note test, if it's like a rules light system, does it all fit on a sticky note? And I mean, I wrote small. So
Yeah.
yes, it does.
I
It's on
managed
playing
to
card.
fit
Yep.
all
it
of
fits on
my-
playing cards.
It's sticky
managed to
note
fit all my character
approved.
sheet on 2 little sheets
Nice.
of paper.
Yeah.
Very nice. As well, you know, Lester's original game, he has business cards, and I think the character sheets can fit on a business card. So well, I hope this was okay, guys. Did you have a good time?
Miserable.
So
So
good.
fun.
Much
Well,
blast.
thanks so much.
Nothing like
Thanks for-
murderizing your friends.
I know. Thanks for inviting me. So somebody in an interview I did about a week ago, somebody said, "Well, first of all, well, why should you play if everybody's going to die?" And I said, "Well, because it's a blast, you know." And then what was the other question? Was oh shoot, it had something to do with what you had said, Jenna. Oh, it'll come back to me. But they were like, why? Yeah, they were befuddled that they why would we play? Oh, that was the other thing was, boy, I could see this starting a lot of fights and in our group. And I said, well, man, maybe you should find a different group to play with if this is going to be a problem.
Agreed.
But, yeah, so hopefully this doesn't, the killing off of each other doesn't, adversely affect the troop here in any way, shape, or
It's
form.
like reverse Clue.
Yeah,
that's good.
Oh my
do
gosh!
we
Next
have
time we
the-
play, this should be
Clue?
murder mystery dinner
I
party.
love it. Can we put the link to the Kickstarter in the chat for everybody?
It's in there.
yeah.
Yes, it's in there.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Perfect.
So the Kickstarter ends 6 p.m. on Sunday. I think tomorrow I'm going to add a couple of extra cool add-ons just to get us over that edge. We're about $300 away from the next boost, which is way more than I ever expected. I really appreciate all you guys.
So exciting.
It's a fun system.
Yeah, it is.
Fun. So thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to doing this again with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would play this game again. It was a ton of fun. I like
We should
murderizing
absolutely
my
hit you
friends.
up for Halloween.
Feel free
Oh,
to
yeah.
run games for us anytime.
Yeah,
Is
you're
that because you
welcome
haven't
back
thought of your
anytime you
Halloween
want.
one shot yet?
Yeah, better start planning.
There you go. Yeah. Well, Halloween's busy for me. The backdrop here is part of my. I have a rather large garage, and for the past 15 years, I have built. I have a maze that I build in the garage, like a haunted garage every year. So there's all
That's
nice.
awesome.
animations and smoke and backdrops like this. So
If my dogs didn't wig
that's
out when strangers came to the
hella cool.
house,
yeah.
I do
I
like
would
scavenger hunt
decorate.
my yard for the kids, which I started doing for COVID. Like I just put like little bags of candy so that I can just watch them like look around the yard so that they didn't have to be close. But yeah, no, that if I had a bigger garage, I'd probably do something like that.
It's like the Donnie Darko bunny version of Easter, right?
Yes, exactly.
That was a deep
Funny,
hole.
like-
I appreciate that.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, that's great.
But yes, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Oh my God,
Thank
thanks
you
for
so
having me,
much.
gang. This was fun. And it was great to play with all of you yet again and in the same room, sort of. So
more or less.
Same chat room.
same
Yes.
chat room. Yeah. So again, thanks. And again, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
All of you watching, thanks for joining us. Like Jenna said earlier, no Whispers tomorrow, no Jukebox on Sunday. Next weekend we should be back with Jukebox on Sunday. But then beyond that, things are gonna get potentially a little weird again. So join the Discord or follow us on social media for updates.
Oh yeah.
We'll put it in a schedule or
It'll be
whatever.
somewhere.
We have to
Yeah.
change the
Real life.
schedule.
Oh, we
Fix it.
do?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
I thought that he
fine.
was only gone 2 weeks. Well, whatever. it's fine.
It's we can talk
Whoa.
about it later.
Later.
Okay.
So until we see you next time, get some rest, eat a snack,
Drink water.
pre-game bedtime.
Pre-game bedtime. Yep.
Don't
Thanks.
Pre-game
don't open
bedtime
sarcophaguses.
Yeah,
Don't-
Like your
yeah.
mummy.
Don't do that.
steal obviously cursed objects.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
and
do
I
it.
mean, like if you, yeah,
Or
if
do.
you want to have mommy and daddy issues, don't.
Don't
then
hang
you
out
should.
with
Then
me.
you should open the
Apparently it's-
sarcophagus.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Bye bye.
All right, gang. Thank you so much.